Some people called it ahead of time that this game had 0-0 written all over it, but I'm going to call it something else. I'm going to call it the worst Old Firm derby that I have ever seen in my life. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's finished at Ibrox. Rangers 0, Celtic 0, and you know what? 0-0 actually flatters both teams. They were shite. Both teams deserved to lose, and I think if it was possible for both teams to pick up 0 points, that's what I would be giving them today. They scored 0 goals. Most of the players will get close to a 0 in the player ratings. Just an abysmal game of football. Martin, not a clue what he's doing. Brendan Rodgers, probably the worst period he's ever had as a Celtic manager. It is diabolical. These are the two big teams in Scotland. These are supposedly the best Scotland has got, and no wonder Scottish football's in the mud right now. That people from outside watching this game, and this is supposed to be a good advert for Scottish football. Absolutely not. Then you factor in what happened midweek. It's diabolical. I think they could have played for 500 minutes, to be honest, and not scored a goal. Where was the chances? Rangers never had a shot on target. I think Celtic managed to get a couple, but I mean, one of them I don't even know if you would consider a shot. It looked like a cross. I think Butland had 2 saves to make. Schmeichel, I mean, he normally plays with his slippers on. He could have played without his gloves on today. He had absolutely nothing to do. Suter had the ball in the back of the net, but could not time his run, and that was like the only real threat in the game. That free kick that Suter scored. Yeah. And you know what? I'd love to sit here and say it's because both defences were playing like Maldini or whatnot, but it really wasn't. It was just absolute shite. But having said that, if I had to say who were the best players today, I'm probably looking at the players at the back. I'm probably looking at like a Liam Scales. I'm probably looking at like a John Suter.
Yeah, Liam Scales getting absolute pelters, by the way. I honestly...
First half he's way better than Vickers, by the way. He was the one he was the one stopping all the Rangers' attacks. Any crosses into the box, he was the one getting to them. He was getting the blocks in. So, yeah, no, Liam Scales actually had a pretty good game. And if you look at the goal that Suter scored, it's Carter Vickers that's marking him, not Liam Scales. So.
Awful for Kasper Schmeichel, by the way.
Yeah, he came out, got nowhere near it. But
see this game, though, it started alright. Like, there was a bit of atmosphere, 50-50 tackles. You know, the crowd was up for it, both sets. And then it just died a death, man. What is there to say? And like people trying to spin a narrative that maybe Russell Martin he'll be the happy. How can Russell Martin be the happy of the two? Honestly, he can't be. We're 6 points back. If he's the happy of the two, then he should be sacked for that alone.
Well, all the other here's some of the stats. So Rangers had 41% possession. Celtic had 59. Rangers had 4 shots. Celtic had 5. Only 9 shots in total, and honestly, I mean, half of those that were registered shots, I mean, count. Celtic had 2 shots on target. Rangers had none.
Yeah.
93 minutes at home against a shite Celtic team, and Rangers did not register a single shot. What would Rangers have done if this was a good Celtic team? Can someone tell me here?
Well, yeah. Well, that is the problem here. Like, see if anybody wants to give Rangers like even a little bit of credit, the fucking reality is you will not see Celtic play worse than this in Old Firm. Now against Karat they were probably just as bad. But that's Karat. This is an Old Firm derby. Rangers for me in the first half did the bare minimum. They showed a bit of grit, but they did absolutely hee-haw, absolutely nothing. And it's actually just, I'm actually disgusted, man, because
currently watching the F1, by the way, guys, which is a bit exciting as this match we're talking about. Not exciting at all, but I want to know how Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz have literally lost like 15 seconds on everyone else.
They hit each other. I was watching it there while you were talking.
Well, that's my bet down the drain. Right, guys, send us a super chat. Sick of losing fucking money. I need $4.99. Reimburse my bet. It was actually £3, but you know, once YouTube takes their tax. Anyway, so 5 shots for Celtic, 4 for Rangers. 2 shots on target for Celtic, 0 shots on target for Rangers. That is abysmal. Against this shite Celtic team, not a single shot on target. In terms of goalkeeper saves, just the reverse of the shots on target, really. Celtic, Schmeichel had no saves to make, and Butland had 2 saves to make, and both shots were right at him. I mean, as comfortable as you could get.
Like a Tierney overhead kick.
I mean, it's not even like, oh, look, Butland had to make a couple of good saves to keep Rangers in it. No, anyone could have made. Onana could have made those fucking saves. Let's not kid ourselves here. 17 fouls committed each. In terms of corners, though, Rangers had 8 corners to Celtic's 1. So, if you want to give them credit for the corners, go ahead, but corners don't mean shit unless you do something with them.
Well, no, that is true, and you know what, man? Like, set pieces, Rangers looked... Well, but see, what the thing is, right? Chris Sutton was spinning this narrative alongside Neil McCann and Ian Crocker. Oh, set pieces of what Rangers looked dangerous from. See, apart from the one they scored, what did they really do? Like,
Nothing.
Free kicks, corners, everything. There's your wee Liam Lawson, Carlos Sainz incident that hoovered money at your bank account. But it's just like, I don't understand it, man. It genuinely felt like every ball that got whipped into the box, whether it's from a corner or a free kick, was hitting the first man, or even a cross. And how many times did we see Celtic's new signing not take on his man? We've seen it with Rangers as well. I thought Mikey Moore was piss poor.
I mean, I'm looking total. According to the stats, total big chances created from each team 0. Touches in the opposition box 11 each. They made a big deal in the first half. Celtic only had 3 touches in Rangers' box, but by the end of the game they both had 11 each. Expected goals: Rangers 0.15, Celtic 0.17. Just a diabolical game of football that I'm glad's over. I am fucking glad that's over.
Yeah, like there's actually...
You know what? I see if life was fair and you could be penalised for being shite. I see, instead of giving both teams a point, I would take away a point for both teams. That is one of the worst games of football I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's like we're sitting here, right, and there's nothing to talk about. I mean, I want the Rangers to win, but it's like you look at this, and it's like this is like just brutal. There's nothing to, like, there's nothing to talk about the game. Like, see, if Rangers won, I could talk about this for about an hour. But it was 0-0. You know, there's nothing to say. I can't rub it in. You know, if one team's worse off here, it's Rangers.
And Neil McCann to come out and say that Rangers will be happier with the draw. How? Rangers are 3 games into the season without a league win. Rangers, Russell Martin's under pressure. I mean, he's literally, I think, 1 bad result away for getting sacked, 1 more defeat away for losing his job. He's already 6 points behind Celtic, and they're at home. If one team needed to win this game, it was Rangers. How can he say that Rangers will be the happier of the two with the point? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I get it, you can spin it. Oh, but if they lost, they'd be 9 behind. They're still 6 behind. What difference does it make?
Yeah, I mean, what are we? What are we supposed to say positive about Rangers? They half turned up in the first half. Well, should we turn up anyway? We've not even listened to any post-match interviews for Rodgers or Russell Martin.
What can they say?
Yeah, like, you see if Russell Martin tries to spit. Not the thing is, right? See if Rangers had won see if we'd won the first 3 games, right? And we drew this in this fashion, I'd be like, you know what? Disgusting performance. Really should be winning at home. But at least we're joined at the top of the table. We're 6 points behind. There's no positives to take for this. He needs to go. I'll stand by that. He's absolute pish. Get rid of him.
Yeah, we might have a couple of anything you want to talk about here until I get these quotes up.
The game was awful. I've genuinely nothing to say. It was probably the worst watch I've ever seen. And obviously, because my own team's involved, it probably feels a bit worse. We both watched that second leg.
The thing is, you can get 0-0 draws that have good games.
Oh, absolutely.
And both keepers have pulled off some really good saves, and there's been chances galore. And but this wasn't it. This was not it. This was fucking abysmal.
Yeah, honestly, folks. I mean, you will not get a worse game of football between the Old Firm than this.
I don't know how Norris is 4 seconds behind Piastri, but there you go. Have we got some quotes here? I do know it's the worst start that Rangers have had in 42 years.
I mean, that takes you back to, 1983?
We made a video saying who will be Celtic... Well, we didn't make a video. We put a post up, and we'll make that video later on, I guess, about who will be Celtic's biggest challengers for the season. I think Hearts won the vote. I think they won the poll. I mean, based on this, is there truth to that? I mean, you talk about how important this game was for Rangers. Had they lost this game, they would be 9 points behind Celtic. Well, the next league game's against Hearts, and if they lose that, they'll be 9 points behind Hearts. So It doesn't get any easier for Rangers.
It reeks of last season, where if Rangers lost against Aberdeen, they'd be 9 points behind.
Only thing is, I don't see Hearts
Capitulating.
That's the one I want to. I'm capitulating like my bet here, but I just really poor, man. Horrible game of football. I believe. Let's see what we got. What was your thoughts on Miovski?
I thought he was good. I thought Rangers got a lot worse than he came off. But he got no service.
Yeah. Not great.
Well, I guess we could talk about the penalty incident. Wasn't a penalty for me, but here, if you're going to give penalties for certain things, then I think you need to be consistent. That's all I'll say on that.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Not much difference between that and what we've seen with Gassama, but yeah, whatever. Right, Brendan Rodgers, he's came out, he spoke after the game. He has said, quote, "I don't think it was a good game at all. Positive for us, we've defended well in the main at the start of the season, been very resolute. We didn't have any shots on goal against us, but our offensive game is nowhere near the level I'd like it to be at. It was a game that lacked quality. We've lost players that connected the game for us. When you go through a spell of games you're not scoring, it can affect other guys and they don't quite make the forward pass and they make the safe pass. That creativity has come out of the team and we need to find those connections again. I'm very confident we will improve. We have to. That's not the Celtic way of playing. Competition is our best coach at times. We need to find that. Sometimes you need that stimulus of competition." End of quote. So, I don't know, at the end there, it's Brendan Rodgers almost trying to put Celtic's bad form down to a lack of competition. I mean, I don't agree with that at all. Right now, they are joint top of the Scottish Premiership. You know, they're not running away with it, so they've got competition in that regards. They were held to 2 0-0 draws against Karat in the Champions League playoffs, so they certainly had competition in the Champions League playoffs. Or is he referring to the squad depth?
Yes, I think he's referring to the players. But
well, I was about to just say that,
but
you've
right,
stolen my thunder.
I know, but I think that's an excuse
to get players in board. Start backing me or I'm away.
Well, no, but also...
or things ain't going to get better.
I feel like that's been the excuse for Rangers over the years. Oh, there's a lot of complacent players in there when you're finishing second. See, when you're Celtic, right, and you're winning title, cup after title, cup, right, etc., etc., there should be no excuses then. And I think Rodgers himself just needs to actually front a bit of responsibility and a bit of accountability.
Yeah, when's this guy going to accept that here? That's 3 games. That's 3 big games in a row now where we've failed to score a single goal and we've been shit.
Like, why is he not turning around and saying something along the lines of, here, I could sit here and moan about competitiveness within the squad or the lack of signings, but the reality is this is a team that's won 4 titles in a row. It's a team that wins trebles and doubles. I should be getting a better tune at them, because no, I'd never do that, because that would be him holding his hands up. You know what I mean, I call out Martin for not holding his hands up.
Now, Russell Martin has come out and he has said the following, quote, "Cyril Dessers has probably played his last game for the club." End of quote. 30-year-old who came on in the second half has been linked with clubs in Greece, Panathinaikos and AEK Athens. And according to Russell Martin, well, not according to him, but he has come out and said this, that Dessers has probably played his last game for the club. I think once you say that, the player's pretty much out the door.
No, right, that's fucking horrific, man. You wanna know why that's horrific? Why is he coming on ahead of Danilo then?
Aye.
If Dessers is literally away tomorrow, because that's when the window closes, why is he coming on the track watching the F1? If Dessers is the kind of guy that would run on the F1 track, why is he coming on instead of Danilo? And I'll accept Dessers better than Danilo. But if Danilo's going to be here, why not bring him in? But that's Russell Martin. The guy's a FUD. The guy's been spewing this stuff about harmony and that the team, it'll be a lot better when we have players that are going to be here for the future. Well, Danilo's here for the future. You're looking to get rid of him.
Yeah.
Why is he not coming on? Look at Barami. Look at Tav. Look at guys like that. Raskin. These are guys that he's told can leave. But over the past couple of weeks, he's still relied on them. Alright, the day he made Raskin watch from the couch, but what's he actually said about the game though?
Nothing about the game that I can see as of yet.
Has he been sacked?
He's not been sacked, no, but just came out and says that Dessers has probably played his last game for the club. Transfer deadline day is tomorrow. I would imagine that both sets of teams will want to get multiple signings in the door, especially if you've got players leaving. I mean, it's just a disaster, really, isn't it?
No, it is a disaster.
I tell you what, right?
In fact, this guy's manager for another couple of weeks turns me.
I think that getting in Miovski
It's great.
is a really great signing, but if you're getting rid of Igamani and you're getting rid of Dessers, and it leaves Danilo as your number 2, I've got to wonder, are Rangers not weaker now than they were? And you could argue Miovski's. Yeah. I think you could certainly argue that Miovski's better than Igamani and Dessers. I would probably agree with that, but I don't know. I think I think I would rather the combo of Dessers and Igamani as your 1 and 2 than Miovski as your number 1 with Danilo as your number 2, because I really don't rate Danilo at all. So I wouldn't be surprised. If Dessers goes, Rangers need to bring in another striker.
Yeah, I rate Miovski, right? Obviously, he's proven it more in this league than Igamani, but I do. If Igamani, right, was played as the Rangers number 9, he would be the best out of all 3. Fact is, he's been played out of position, and his head's been turned, whether that's been by Martin or by anything else. But Miovski's not as good as having Dessers and Igamani. At the end of the day, he's one guy. You would have to be multiple steps above 2 guys to be better than both of them.
Yeah, I just think you'd be a lot more excited if you were going into the season with Miovski as the number 1 with Dessers as the number 2. But when you're going with Miovski as your number 1 with no Igamani behind him, no Dessers behind him, and only Danilo, who you don't really want to be playing any football because he is garbage, then yeah, to me that means the team is severely weakened.
No, it is severely weakened, and I don't even know how long this review's been going, but the fact it's been going, 17 minutes talking about this game, I think you just have a wee pat in the back for that. But yeah, we can't find Martin's comments. He's went AWOL. I hope he's went AWOL.
Just like his Rangers team. Oh well, we have something here, so something to build on. That's the quote that we can take away from the interview. Martin said the following. He said, quote, "I'm disappointed we didn't win because I felt we were good for large parts. I'm really proud of the players' level of fight, desire and aggression, and all things we questioned inside and outside of the building. That was a big focus today, to really fight and show some togetherness and spirit and aggression. There was so much of that. We couldn't find the composure at times. It's important to keep a clean sheet. It's an important point. We're 6 points off top, which is frustrating for us, but it gives us something to hunt. I was really proud with the response, especially the guys who haven't played recently. Maybe we've placed too much importance on certain things and have taken for granted that level of intensity and desire every week. We need to show that level of togetherness at all times. We've got something to build on." End of quote. Really, something to build on. Really proud of the players' level of fight, desire and aggression. Togetherness. This just seems all like fucking words in my opinion, man. It's... I'm not... I mean, I think Martin's coming out talking here as if, oh, we were great, we were phenomenal, what a result.
Martin's speaking like we won.
It's a fucking nil-nil
and
draw.
that would be something to build on, considering how fucking shite the start of the season's been. But yeah, it's a 0-0 draw, right? You're at home against Celtic, who couldn't have played worse. You something to build on? Of course it is. You all know why it's something to build on, because there's nothing to fucking build on. You have to start somewhere. No shots on target in a game that was a must win. I mean that is the state of things, man. It's ridiculous. Building. See that building pish and him just oh man, I can't stand the guy. Vegan man. He's a vegan. Can't trust him. I mean, this guy could be eating a steak. This guy could be eating something good. Said he's eating shite and he's making us eat it.
I think he'll be eating beans, like, to be honest, because he'll be out of a job soon.
I like beans though. Beans are alright. I have no beef with beans.
Alright, he's actually come out and said a little bit more then about the Dessers situation.
No.
He says, quote, "We've agreed something with another club. We'll see how that goes in the next 24 hours. And then we hope to definitely have a couple in, and we'll see what happens after that, depending on who goes where." End of quote. And then when asked about Everton forward Youssef Chermiti, he replied, quote, "He's a player we like, a player Kevin Felwell and Dan Purdy know, I'm sure you'll find out very soon. End of quote. So, looks like Dessers is away, and his replacement will be Everton forward Youssef Chermiti, who I believe is...
Not scored a goal.
Yeah.
And he's a striker. It's going to cost him 8 million. You haven't really spoke on this. My opinion is, in this league, you can't be spending 8 million on a guy that's pish, and that's what they're going to go. I mean, this to me is Adam Ida 2.0. Apart from the fact that Adam Ida was actually good when Celtic brought him in and won them stuff. This guy's won nothing. Nah, this is pish.
Seems like a disaster.
Yo, could have brought in Tierney. Could have brought in Tierney and Seema for that price. Could have brought in De Torsman for 4. Fucking disaster. Is that where we're going to leave it?
Nothing else to say really. Ewan Cameron has come out and said a derby of dross. Scottish football is nothing to fear from the big two. I agree. I mean, all these people have come out and said that Tony Bloom's talking shite. It's impossible. There's no way Hearts could split the top two. I mean, really, based on what we've seen so far, why not?
Nothing exciting. Honestly, man, both teams are... The only difference is Celtic are a lot better at the back. I'd say that is the difference. Going forward, both lacking a bit. I just hope if Russell Martin goes, we would drastically get better. Anyway, folks, 0-0. Yeah, just a brutal draw. It's not even like it's 0-0 and there's talking points. Like me and you can be like, oh, this happened, that happened. We can't even. Like what's there to talk about the next couple of weeks?
Nothing.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, we'll be able to talk about how bad Steve Clark does against Denmark. I guess that's the talking point. But
no, it's like you think you escape shite football.
No. Unlucky. No.
And then HMS shite football.
I tell you what, rough weekend. I'm happy Hearts won, but I'm disappointed that we're not top of the table. I thought Rangers, Russell Martin would do us a favour today. So what we're gonna have to do, we're just gonna have to do it ourselves. Next 2 weeks time, Hearts take on Rangers at Ibrox, win that, hopefully outscore Celtic, go top of the table. Simple as, seems easy enough. Why can't we do it?
Is Rangers Hearts next?
Yep.
I think Hearts will win.
Well, let's have a look at the September fixtures. We've got Saturday 13th, Aberdeen, Livy, Dundee, Motherwell, Falkirk, St Mirren, Rangers, Hearts, Hibernian, Dundee, United, and then Kelly versus Celtic on the Sunday. So Hearts have a chance to go back top of the table on that Saturday, the 13th of September. Even a draw against Rangers would be enough to put them top until Kilmarnock hosts Celtic the following day. And I mean, Hearts have to believe that they can get a draw, surely, because I mean, Rangers have played 4 games and haven't won one yet. So I mean, Hearts should go into that game thinking they can get a draw bare minimum.
Aye, I was going to say bare minimum, absolutely.
Only thing is, I mean, the transfer window by then, and
why has the Celtic game been moved to a Sunday?
Not too sure, but
I've seen someone say, "Aye, this has been moved because the Europa League," but the Europa League doesn't begin the 25th.
I mean, you could argue Martin will have 2 weeks to 2 weeks more with his players, but at the same time, it's like that'll be an international break.
But Martin is Martin is
2 weeks could make them worse with Martin.
Yeah, no, but see with Martin, right? I don't believe it doesn't matter who we bring in.
Yeah,
he will ruin them.
And then the following Saturday, 2 weeks after that, I believe we've got the Fireplay League Cup in between. So only 2 league games happening in September, which is not a lot. And on the Saturday 27th of September, it's going to be Celtic Hibs, Dundee United Kilmarnock, Hearts Falkirk, Livingston Rangers, Motherwell Aberdeen, St Mirren Dundee. So yeah, Celtic Hibs at Celtic Park, that'll be a really tough game. Can Hearts be top of the table by the end of September? If they beat Rangers, why not? Because you'd expect them to beat Falkirk at Tynecastle.
Well, that is it.
Celtic have 2 difficult... I mean, Celtic going to Rugby Park, and I know it's not Derek McInnes' Rugby Park, but Kilmarnock have always been solid at home, whether it be under McInnes or Steve Clark. And then they have to take on Hibernian, who are no mugs, tough team. Celtic Park. Been interesting. September's going to be an interesting month. Only 2 league games. And I guess, I mean, that just goes to show you as well, like, the table's not going to look good for Rangers for a while. Even if Russell Martin begins to click, you've only got 2 league games in the whole of September.
Aye. I look at them, man.
Well,
Away
this
to
is-
Levy, home to Hearts.
it's going to take a while for.
Well, even if Rangers were firing on cylinders, man, away to Levy and home to Hearts isn't a guarantee.
No, it's no.
I know over the years Hearts has kind of been a guarantee, but the Levy would be a bit.
Saturday, 25th of October, Hearts versus Celtic. That's the game right there. Can Hearts still be within touching distance? It's at Tynecastle. Tell you what, if Hearts can go into that game within 3 points to Celtic at the minimum and win that, then, title fight on. But for right now, guys, this video's over because the game was shite and I just don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, worst game of football this season, hands down, aye.
Aye.
Because at least Karat, I had a bit of joy at the end of it. This side.
I mean, on
Misery.
the negative side, the Karat game fucking humped the coefficient. This game just humped nothing, but Scottish football's dead. It is what it is.
It is, but we've got a Dundee derby on, folks, so don't worry about it.
Goals, cards, apparently in some dodgy decisions. This Old Firm game had it all, but it is Celtic that advanced to the final and they will play St Mirren in the Scottish League Cup. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's finished at Hampden. Celtic 3, Rangers 1. Yuki Evans almost got it right. He said it was going to be 3-1, albeit he went to the blue team from Glasgow. It turns out it was Celtic that got the victory over 10-man Rangers. Was it a deserved victory? We're going to talk about it over the next 20 minutes or so. Another thing that we could talk about, though, is player ratings. And we've set the Super Chat goal. So if that is met, then I will convince Big Stevie Cool somehow to talk even more about numbers and player ratings. But the only numbers that matter right now is Celtic 3, Rangers 1.
Yep, that is the one that matters, sadly. Celtic got 3, Rangers got 1. And you could argue that could have been a red card count, to be honest, couldn't it have, in this game? But,
yeah, lots of
but
cards.
it wasn't, so...
I mean, numerous cards, a shitload of cards. However, there was only one red card, and that is obviously going to be a big debating point. So, was Asgard rightfully sent off? Should there have been some other players that maybe should have joined them?
The fact is,
I think there's a case.
It's a big game that Rangers didn't win again. And I'd be lying. I mean, I predict this to win because I thought, Danny Roll, 2 games in a row. He's on a roll, huh? All that banter.
First time in over a year, Celtic have beat Rangers, I believe.
Yes, I haven't beat them so far this year, but that's what Celtic do, right? We might beat them in these games where the league's wrapped up or the gap's like 15 points. But see when push comes to the shove and it really, really matters. Even in that season 23-24, Rodgers versus Clement, we clawed the gap back. Did we win any of the Old Firms? No. So see when they matter in the league or in the cups, we don't win them. That's the reality. And people are going to take a lot of they're going to take a lot from this second half and talk about the fight back. To me it doesn't matter. It's not good enough. We need it to win, right? Whoever won this game, I believed is going to go on and have a good season. Whoever lost is going to spiral, and I think it's going to be us. And that's not me saying Danny Roll's going to fail, but this was a massive platform to build on, and we refused to do it. You can praise the 10 men all you want. How about the 11 men? Why not play like that when it's 11v11? They shat it because they're bottlers.
I thought Rangers were pretty shit, to be honest, with 11 men on the pitch. But you talk about Rangers don't win important games. I would say the last meaningful Old Firm game that Rangers won was probably the Scottish Cup semi-final when Gio beat Ange.
Yeah,
back in 2022.
In terms of football, that is light years ago.
No, but I'd say that was the last one that meant anything.
Yeah. Yeah, in terms of ramifications.
Because
trophies, yes,
all the other ones that Rangers have won in the league, it's been when Rangers were so far behind that there was no realistic league challenge.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but that's what we're dealing with here. So it's pish. It's no good enough, man. Honestly, I do not see how any Rangers fan can be like, well, it's all right because decisions went against us and they tried hard. Should that not be the bare minimum? Well, I mean, I'm not talking about decisions going against us being the bare minimum, but the effort. Why is the effort in when it's 10v11? Where's that when it's 11v11? I can't sit here and accept that. Because see, once you accept that, then you just accept mediocrity. I mean, we've been second best for a while, but it's time to step up to task. And now we're third best. And that's we're third best in a 2-horse race. It's been a 1-horse race for ages. How's that happen? I mean, we've lost the 73-year-old Martin O'Neill.
Martin O'Neill's tucked Rangers away.
Aye, I know he fucking has. And honestly,
Martin O'Neill's jumped in the Honda Civic and he's drove it over the speed limit.
Aye, and he's fucking it's rolled over. Anyway, fucking let's get into the game.
Danny Rolls Rangers were stalled
no,
today.
But I'm not one of these people that's going to just blame it on the decisions. We're going to talk about the decisions, but you know what I mean? You look at this game, Shermity should make it 1-0 before any decision happens. And goals change games.
But yeah, no, Rangers pretty much did nothing with 11 men. Yeah, Shermity had that chance, but that was only really it. I think once Rangers went down to 10, they actually looked better, but you would still rather have 11 than 10 every day of the week. And we'll talk about those decisions when we get to them. But anyway,
well, let's get to the start of the game. So
nervy start for Rangers. I thought defensively looked all over the place.
The first thing I've wrote, the Giga mince.
Like mince and tatties, the Giga.
Aye.
Why not just why are you being kind about it? Why not just say Giga shite?
Because it was like 10 seconds into the game,
see, when
and I like to give my boys the benefit of the doubt, Clay.
Well,
right?
did you change the? Did he get the benefit of the doubt come 120 minutes? Or?
Actually, about the 30th minute, I said sub Dijiga and Shermity off, useless bastards.
All right, so you gave him 29 minutes then to try and fix things.
I think that's more than enough.
Well,
he missed an open net, and they went 1-0 up in that time, so I think I'm more than entitled there. Anyways, I mean. Tanecki blazed over, Tav had a free header, Asgard had a shot saved, Shermity lost it, Diamonde then lost it, Maida then had a shot saved, should have done better. Then we get the own goal, right?
That Maida shot was strange.
Shite, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, he had more time and it looks like he panicked, he rushed it.
It's just a guy that's not really informed for me, but anyway, 1-0, Raskin gets it boot off his dome by Suter, I believe. Maida's offside. No, I said.
See, I thought Nygren had actually scored. Why was Nygren celebrating? It looked like he was the one that scored it, and you seen the replay come off Raskin.
Funny enough.
Well, I mean, yeah, but he put more emphasis into the celebration than anyone else. Regardless,
because he was the closest to it. I don't fucking know.
So he's claiming it.
I don't know what. It doesn't matter. Maybe he cares more about Celtic than Callum McGregor. I don't fucking know.
Anyway, it goes to VAR, and I thought this was level.
Yeah.
No,
we see horrific decisions this weekend, last season. I'm not biased.
What was the one we watched yesterday?
Hibs Livy. It's the same shit. I think they just
they make up lines. They make up lines.
Darryl,
or maybe they're snorting lines. I don't fucking know, but there's some the lines are dodgy.
Darryl, the guy that used to present it, said it's a guessing game, and I fucking agree. See these lines, right? You could have switched the red and blue, and they could have went. It's onside, and no one would be like, oh, no way.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. People see the lines, right, and they automatically assume, oh no, there's proof he was onside, or there's proof he was offside. Those lines ain't proof of shit. Those lines are drawn by an official. If you're drawing the lines wrong, then you're going to get the wrong decision.
Seen Hibs and Livy.
No, but do you understand?
Yes,
like,
I know, but
people think these lines are factual. These lines are basically just an official's opinion as to where he thought the last body part that can score a goal was on the pitch. These lines don't mean shit. These lines could have been drawn against anybody.
Yeah, but seeing the Livy Hibs game, they drew the line through the midsection of the fucking Livy guy. How do you do that?
See if that was Resident.
Do you score with your hip?
See if it was Resident Evil 1, the laser room.
Aye.
That fucking that defender would have had like half his body sliced off because they just drew the line straight through him.
No, they did. Anyway,
some of these lines are corrupt, man. It would remind you of the Trump Biden line, where overnight Biden's line just jumps up like 5 million votes. That wasn't dodgy at all. Nah, some of these lines are not right.
There was a bunch of mail-in ballots then against Dyson Maida here.
I think this should have stood. I think it was onside.
No, honestly, I think they just made it up.
It was at least level. And you know what? Right? Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's say that the line that they drew was accurate, and let's say that this was like marginally offside. I don't want decisions like this to be offside. To me, this is level. I know people are going to say, well, you don't get level now, but I'm calling bullshit. See if it's level. or close to being level, or if it looks level to the naked eye, the attacking player, the attacking phase should get the benefit of the fucking doubt.
See when you look at an instance once and you can't tell and you think it's level. That to me that's level. Then I think when you need to draw lines and you need to go over it for 2 minutes, the game's gone.
Yeah,
because honestly, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. But they give it as offside. I mean, I'm not complaining because, of course, at this point it kept it 0-0. But I'm a fair guy. I'll talk about it. I mean, I think this decision went against Celtic. It's just, honestly, I think they just make these up. It's a guessing game. That is what it is. Straight after it, though, this ain't a guessing game. This is factual. Schmitty's fucking shite. Just misses it, bottles it, just balloons it into the advertising board. See, Marifew, I compared him to a donkey. You know those ads, right?
Wait, was this not the one where it went into the back post and he just missed it altogether?
No, fuck, I didn't even talk about that one. I'm talking about this, the one where at the front post.
What about the one where is it Ralston or
I'll get to that in
Sriracha?
a minute, mate. That's fucking yesterday's news.
Yeah, but
tomorrow's news.
No, but they know he's so shite. They don't even bother marking him.
No.
I think it's Sriracha. He looks at Schmidt at the back. And he's thinking, I ain't marking him. That's a waste of marking.
I compared them to a donkey. Those donkey sanctuary adverts where some shitey village has fired all their fucking belongings onto this donkey and made it climb up this hill. That's what Schmidt is. One of those donkeys, man. He's brutal.
Where people donating 10 million to donkeys nowadays?
Fucking Kevin Tellwell's did 25 million.
Right, so he misses this, then he gets it. Then I believe Celtic get the goal now to go 1-0.
Johnny Kenny again. I didn't even talk about this goal, Marifew. I glossed over it. 1-0. Awful for Rangers. Raskin misses it, and then Butland, his hands are down by his side. See, if you're sitting with your hands up, you can save this.
Decent header though, decent finish.
It's a good finish for Johnny Kenny, but I think that's where we're at, man. Right. Celtic, with the likes of Johnny Kenny and Callum Osmond, who I thought looked good when he came on, are fucking putting Rangers to the sword.
Yeah, but you know what? Is Johnny Kenny really any worse than any actual?
Well, he scored 3 goals in 2 games. That's pretty good for him.
I'd actually make the case that if any actual was fit, I would go with Johnny Kenny.
Kenny has a shot saved. Raskin had a shot saved. Should have scored, by the way. And then we get the free kick. So ball to the back post and Schmidt misses it.
Completely unmarked. But like I said, Celtic's defence knew he was shite.
But see Kevin Tellwell, he'll defend this.
Oh, he got into position.
See in this league, see when you spend that money, see both these chances he's missed. One would be bad if he scored it. But see not scoring any of them. It's unacceptable. It is.
Could have got Claudio Braga for 200k. Could have got Lawrence Shanklin for free.
Yeah. You've just hit the nail on the head. Listen to those 2 signings for £250,000.
Less.
What was Braga?
200k.
Alright, well there you go. I was just firing 50k in for the sake of it. Anyway, Engels had a free kick, saved right. Taylor Asgard sent off. I'm just going to repeat what I said in my fed. For me, it's not a red card, but in today's day and age, when you get the ball and you leave this intent, well not intent, but you leave the studs in, you're going to get sent off. I wouldn't give it as a red. I can see why they did.
I agree. He wins the ball. It's a collision. Does he initiate the collision? I don't necessarily think so.
Now some people
it's 2 players coming together.
Some people are using the argument, oh well, Butland's momentum took him into Trusty's boot, which is bullshit by the way. But say that was the case, well didn't Ralston's momentum take him into Asgard? Couldn't you argue every single tackle is the momentum of the guy that gets tackled coming into the tackler?
Well, Butland's stationary and lying on the ground and not moving.
We'll get to that.
The only guy moving was Trusty. So if anyone's momentum took them into somebody, it was Trusty's momentum taking him into Butland. But for me, this is Asgard just going for the ball, getting the ball, and unfortunately he's followed through. It sucks, but I don't think this is a red card. I don't think.
I don't. But I can see why they've gave it. Because they would give it for far less. Put it that way. But I mean, but
this isn't even a foul or tackle or intent to. He's literally just. He's taking the ball at mid-air.
You know what the funny thing is?
It's not a tackle.
You know what the funny thing is? See if Ralston doesn't go down injured and Asgard goes down injured here, he gives that as a free kick to Rangers.
I mean, probably
that's where we're at. It's the play act.
I mean, either way, it was a sore one for Ralston, so hopefully he's all right. blood.
He played a long time.
Well, his shorts were ripped and he was bleeding and stuff like that. Here, it's a sore one, there's no doubt about it, but I just don't know if this is enough to be a red card. Asgard, though, went down pretending to be injured, which I think is shite. Just play acting, hate it. And then as soon as he realised he was in trouble, he just got up as if there was nothing wrong with him. That's because there was nothing wrong with him. Then he got sent off. So, Dyson Maeda also came over pushing him, shoved him to the ground. Dyson Maeda was a wee bit... getting a bit physical in this game.
Yeah, Dyson Maeda, one of many foul in the first half. Should have been booked at some point, wasn't. We'll get back to that later. Right, Celtic free kick, Butland catches it, Trusty puts him in the dome. Is there enough velocity and ferocity here to send Trusty off?
I don't think it matters.
Exactly,
it's intent.
It's intent.
And you cannot... It's not like Trusty has not bothered his ass, right, to avoid contact. He's actually went out of his way to make contact.
Yeah.
That's the thing. People can say he followed through.
But Neil Lennon's like, well, Asgard should have pulled out. Asgard won the ball.
Yeah, if anything, Trusty pulled in. Trusty went out of his way to make contact with Jack Butland. Trusty stuck his leg out last minute while Butland's got the ball in his hands, clutched to his chest, clutched to his stomach.
Yeah.
Asgard tried to win the ball, did win the ball, and unfortunately caught Ralston in the follow through.
No, but
Trusty's intention here was to leave one on Butland. I'm convinced.
Take the clubs out of it. Say someone's talking to you about football. Here, this guy gets sent off for winning the ball and connecting with the follow through afterwards, and this other guy got a yellow for kicking the goalie in the face after the goalie collected it. With intent, you'd be like, what?
Yeah, no, listen, there wasn't that much velocity. There wasn't the impact.
Trusty, as soon as he did it, went fuck. He was straight down, and he was like, oh shit.
Yeah, no, like I said, obviously he didn't hit him with anywhere near the amount of force that Asgard hit Ralston with. But he's definitely intentionally done that. He's intentionally stuck his leg out to catch Butland. You can see it on the replay. There is no reason for him to stick his leg out the way he did, because the ball was already in possession of Butland.
Yeah.
He simply tried to leave one in on Butland, and I get it. It's not like he's full force punted him. It's not like he's ran up and booted him in the face, but he's purposely stuck his leg out and made contact with Butland's head. So I don't think it really matters in today's world for fucking football how much force there is. That's a red card, and the entire panel said it. The entire panel agreed. Stephen Davis, Neil Lennon, Charlie Mulgrew, who's the other guy? Is it Alan Hutton?
Alan Hutton was there.
I mean, all four of them thought that was a red card.
Well, put it this way, man. If you get sent off for a follow through after winning the ball on the leg, then you should get kicked off for just putting a guy. You sent off, sorry, for just kicking a guy in the face. I mean, he's kicked him in the honestly. And see, Butland, right? He didn't. It's not like he rolled about. It's not like he did that, right? But what would it have took? See if Jack Butland came out his face a crimson mask, looking like fucking Ric Flair after he took a bit of air to the forehead. Is that what it would have took here to have sent off Jack Butland? Would we have had to have seen blood? It shouldn't need to take blood. Like, this is clearly endangering an opponent, right? Well, what is the one place of your body you don't want to get... Well, I mean, you don't want to get kicked in the balls, but the point is getting kicked in the head's life-threatening. We know this for a fact. It's endangering your opponent.
One guy won the ball and accidentally followed through and collided with his opponent. The other guy intentionally left one on the goalkeeper's head.
You have to if you give one, you have to give the other.
I don't necessarily think so. I think one's worse than the other.
Yeah, no, but my point, if you're giving the more lenient one, you have to give the harsher one.
Yeah, well, it wasn't given. Celtic into half-time with a goal advantage and a man advantage. So
right, what about Tanicki? Elbows Raskin in the face right at the beginning of the second half, leans in with an elbow. Again.
No call, I didn't see it.
I did see it, so again.
Question marks have got to be asked here, Nick Walsh. I'll tell you that for free. Engels then shoots wide, decent opportunity. Maida kicks Dio in the chest. Right, is this a red? No. Is it a yellow? Yes, Nick Walsh booked him. Should Maida have been booked prior to this? Absolutely. Guy picked up about 6 fouls before this. He also pushed Tilo Asgard to the floor after the aftermath of the red card in the first half. So I think Dyson Maida is pretty lucky here not to be sent off. What I would say is, see if he was on a yellow, he might not make this, but I'm not convinced Nick Walsh fucking sends him off either.
Nah, maybe.
What do you think? Do you think Maida at this point should have already been on a yellow? Because I think he should have been. And I think there should have been other players on a yellow.
He could have been on a yellow. He could have been. I don't think there was one particular foul that I'm looking at thinking that was definitely a yellow.
Yes, but
it was a
Asgard was on his way up and he pushed him to the ground. Normally that happens, that's a yellow, and that's even forgetting about the other fouls he did.
Yeah, it was a series of fouls, I guess, that could have eventually led to a yellow.
Right, Rangers have a bunch of set pieces, by the way. Every single one of them is awful.
Yeah, every corner they had, it couldn't seem to be the first man.
We've buried Engels, but I feel like every time he whipped in a corner, apart from one that went out, you felt like fuck, they could do some damage. Tav whips him in, they're floaters, man, and just like a big pile of shite sitting at the bottom of the toilet bowl. I mean, they were just floating, rank rotten. Butlin makes a few saves, Nygren blazes over. James Forrest was really lively when he came on. I said in my review, this probably highlights the quality of the old firm when James Forrest is coming on at 34 and delivering big time, is what it is. Right, let's talk about the Tavernier penalty then, shall we? So, Ralston, handball, Figasma, thoughts on it?
I think it's rightful a penalty. Yeah, Ralston doesn't know much about it, and he is going down, but he's fallen to the ground. So there's no argument that it's a supporting arm because there's no arm supporting him. He's kind of just dolphin diving to the ground, so it doesn't even matter which arm it hits. There is no supporting arm at this point. It hits him on the elbow. I can sympathise with him because it's not intentional. He doesn't mean it, but at the same time, it's a shot on goal.
When your arm makes a shot on goal, they always tend to get given.
I mean, look at the one Celtic got against Kelly,
which was going away from goal. So yeah,
that took a deflection, and it was close proximity.
No, you know.
This.
Look at Ralston's reaction, folks. He's planked out on the floor, looking at the grass because he's like, that's a penalty.
Right.
He's not doing that because he's hurt his elbow.
As for the second yellow, I mean, I don't know if the rules are saying he should be given a yellow, but I think so the rules say this is a yellow card.
Any handball offence is given a yellow.
I think that would be harsh because he literally doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah, but that's I would agree. I think it is harsh, but the facts of the matter are this: when penalties are given for handball, they always give a yellow. Always. See if he's not booked.
Well, that's fair enough.
No, but see if Ralston's not booked.
He gets a yellow.
Do you think he's not giving him a yellow?
No, maybe it does, but I think it would be harsh to get sent off for this.
I agree.
Because
it's accidental, but
he doesn't know anything about it and he's just fallen to the ground. It almost feels that I think giving a second yellow card for this is almost like double jeopardy. And I know I don't make the rules here, but I think it would be extremely harsh to give the penalty and then send him off for this.
Here, I'm not going to disagree with that, but every time a penalty gets given for handball, the guy gets sent off. Well, not sent off, sorry, he gets a yellow. So in this instance, he was on a yellow, he should have been sent off. If he was not booked, I'm willing to bet my life he would have got booked for that.
Possibly. Maybe.
And I'm not here to blame decisions on why we get beat today. Because
sure?
Because why we get beat today was the start of the game and how we set up. Decisions go against us, and of course, if we are against 10 men, 10 on 10, it makes it easier for us. But we had to win, we didn't, and that's the reality. Decisions didn't help. I mean, we're just seeing that Shermity chance. Fucking,
I forgot about that one. Bogging.
What's he fucking doing? I feel like going to my bed. Anyway, right. That takes us into
no bed, guys. Super chat and there'll be player ratings.
Right. Full time. So, right, come out. Rangers just need to keep it.
Well, hold on. First of all, Tavernier scores the penalty.
Alright,
well, so fair play, decent penalty. Schmeichel guessed the right way, but couldn't get the save, and then Hatate had a shot. I mean, Celtic did apply the pressure. Celtic had the opportunities. They put pressure on, and Hatate had a shot blasted over the bar from about the edge of the box, which was pretty much the last kick of the first half. That would have won it.
No, I agree, but moving on to the second half, because Jack Butland has had a good game at this point.
Moving on to second, I think you mean extra time.
The second bit of the game,
Right, okay, right.
Jack Butland straight at him lets it in. And like I said in my review, if a striker scores 4 goals and misses an open net, no one cares. See if a goalie has 4 great saves and then lets one in like this, 4 great saves don't matter.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, this is one of the easier saves that Jack Butland's had to make today.
It's straight at him.
And he
No,
has...
See when you're watching the game, it looks like Cal McGregor stuck at top bins. And
Definitely.
it looks like there's no complaints, it's like, fuck. But then you see the replay and it's like, well, this should be one each then.
And then when you see the way it goes in, you're almost assuming it's taking a deflection. You're almost giving Butland the benefit of the doubt, going, oh well, it must have took a nick off somebody, it must have changed in mid-air. But then you see the replay multiple times and you just realise, no wait, this is a shot that Butland should be saving every day of the week.
No, you know, he should be saving it, he has to save it, he doesn't save it, and you know what, man, I'm sympathetic towards Rangers at this point. See, when you put so much into the game, to concede this early at the start of extra time, it was always going to be a nightmare. Osmond had a header saved. I mean, Butland, how's he saved this? But he lets this goal in, I don't know. Gasma had a shot saved, had to score it, didn't. They make it 3-1. Horrific defending. Osmond right through the middle. Tierney finds him. I thought Callum Osmond was good. What about you?
No, he was.
So, I think this is the proof for me. So, Johnny Kenny and Callum Osmond have looked good and been given a chance by O'Neill, and Brendan Rodgers was pretending he was fucked.
No, I think they have looked both looked alright.
And I said in my review, you can compare Finlay Curtis to Callum Osmond. Callum Osmond's came on and looked good. Finlay Curtis, all he did was look good in games he came on, doesn't get a game. It's all about giving these young guys a chance, that's what it is.
Yeah, and hopefully Yamada gets a chance soon. I don't think he's had an opportunity yet, really.
Yeah,
For one reason or another.
absolutely.
Anyway, then Rangers had a chance to make it 2-2. Gisama finds his way through into the Celtic box. It's a decent save for Schmeichel, but you thought it was going wide anyway.
I think it was, yeah.
Gisama,
well, from the one replay I seen, it looked like it was going.
Gisama really should have scored this, and then we had a ball played in, and the ball just like kind of breaks into the box, and you've got Miofsky who was failing to pull the trigger, and then you'd Schmeichel who was failing to go for the ball. It was a really weird standoff where you're thinking, A, why isn't Miofsky just hitting this? And B, why isn't Schmeichel going to ground to try and pick up the ball? It was very strange. This like 2-3 second.
You know what, I thought Miofsky, I think he was shite, and I think he's been shite. He needs to step up to task, man. Honestly, how we have been allowed to get rid of Igamani and Dessers and bring in who we've brought. I mean, honestly, I thought Miofsky on paper is a great sign. Yes.
Yeah. I thought he was slightly overrated at Aberdeen, but he looks like Shelley, his former self.
We'll put it. Say he didn't play Aberdeen and he just came in for Girona.
You'd think he's a dud.
Yeah.
At least you know because of what he did at Aberdeen, there's a chance he could come good. But nah, it's been really poor for him. And I think the problem for Rangers is the most likely guy they've got up front right now is Danilo, who I've never rated.
Caden McLeish says penalty was awful. Shot hit Ralston's body and Dallas couldn't hesitate.
Hits him in the elbow, mate. I mean, let's
let's
not twist the facts here. Yeah. I've already said I don't think it's a yellow card. I don't think he should be sent off. It's unfortunate. He doesn't know anything about it. But this is a shot on goal, and he's blocked it with his elbow. There's no close proximity. It's not hit anybody. So I mean, come on.
Come on, man. Right, and then that's pretty much it.
It's funny people are claiming that Kilmarnock one's a clear penalty, yet say no, this isn't.
Yeah.
Insane. Anyway,
I think the referees today were fucking shite. I thought 3AR, they're always shite.
Then it was Tierney with the assist for the winner, plays into Odsonne. Odsonne puts in the back of the net. Rangers think at this time had a back four. Nobody got anything on it, so so they get the win in the end. There was Not a chance, but there was an instant late on where Celtic kicked the ball out after Trusty goes down, and one of the Rangers players throws it down towards the corner flag or towards the Celtic goal, and Gazama chases it and attempts to run onto it, and I guess tried to score with about 2-3 minutes to go. McGregor wasn't happy, Schmeichel wasn't happy, Celtic fans were booing. Was this poor sportsmanship, or is this a case of...
This is desperation, this is what this is. I mean, come on. No, well, hold on. If the Rangers players feel like most people will feel on the red card situation, then they'll probably think Trusty being down to 10v10 is a fair fucking game, isn't it?
Well, maybe that's what Gazama
I don't know. Maybe we would have scored and Danny Rowe would have told Rangers to let Celtic go up.
I highly fucking doubt that.
Aye. No, me too, but yeah.
Michael Beale maybe like that, but I highly doubt it. Anyway, if you look at the stats, it was... I mean, in the end, I think... Did the better team win? I think they probably did.
No, of course, but I can't make a case that Rangers were better.
Although I do think Rangers did well at parts, considering they were down to 10.
Celtic, I thought Rangers were better in the second half of the game.
Yeah.
But I think first half, obviously Celtic, and both extra times, obviously Celtic.
Celtic had, I mean, you say that, but Rangers had what? Rangers did have 2 good opportunities in that first half extra time.
They did, but...
That Gazama shot should do better, and then Miovski should be striking that, and for some reason he doesn't bother. So Celtic had 51% possession to Rangers' 49%. That's actually surprising, I think, when you consider how much the game was played with 10 men. I'm actually shocked that the possession was equal.
You know what, man? See how bad the Rangers were at the back, and the fact they were down to 10 men. I think it's really poor for Celtic that they didn't put the game to bed in the second half. I thought they sat office, and they... Put it this way, if that's an Ange team of 3-4 years ago, I'm afraid to know what that scoreline gets.
Yeah, could have been really bad. Anyway, Celtic had 22 shots to Rangers' 12, 10 on target to Rangers' 4, and they had 14 corners to the 5 from Rangers. So Trusty was awarded man of the match. I think he's been pretty good. You know, he got left out of the game against Hearts.
Again, another decision Rodgers got wrong.
Since then, he's came in, he helped Celtic keep a clean sheet against Falkirk, and then he helped Celtic get into the final. So I imagine it looks like he did have a concern towards the end, but could have just been cramped, not too sure. But I imagine that is Trusty now back in the Celtic starting 11, and it's his place to lose.
Yep. So closing thoughts from the Jambo. You fearing any of these two teams?
In the league?
Aye.
Absolutely fucking not. Oh, Hearts, your bubbles. No, we just burst Dundee 4-0. As for this game,
Celtic would know how to do that.
Celtic couldn't even beat Dundee, no, I mean, beat them 4-0.
Burst me the day though, I'll say that.
As for this game, it's like, well, yeah, Celtic win in the end, but they got taken to extra time by 10-men Rangers. That to me tells you where Celtic are right now. Not a great team. Might be good enough to beat Rangers, but I feel like Celtic leading 25 minutes in, playing about almost 60 minutes with a man advantage. I feel like Celtic should have had this game over in the 90 minutes.
The fact is, a good Celtic team puts this Rangers team to bed. I mean, you could argue this. I mean, a good Rangers team who actually turned up for the first minute would put this Celtic team to bed. You can spin it whatever way you want, but if this is Celtic of last season before February, or like an Ange team against a Rangers team with 10 men, come on, man, 10 men changes the game, and Rangers for the most part that second half was a much better team. I'm not taking anything for that fucking shite.
As for the league, like you brought up, it's another game for Celtic, isn't it? So it's another fixture for them to play. Right. I'll take that. Celtic St Mirren.
I mean, I'd much rather be playing it, but yeah.
I think it's taking place, 14th of December. Should be a good cup final. We'll see what happens. But yeah, for now, Celtic beat Rangers by 3-1. Like I said, if the Super Chat goal is met, then we will do player ratings. And if not, then we'll just dive it straight into the fans react. Also going to be a few polls put up regarding the red card and the potential red card. So make sure you go and vote on them. Celtic beat Rangers, they're into the final, they'll play St Mirren. Rangers are now, I mean, people were saying, oh, Martin's put them out of this, put them out of that. Well, they're not looking good in Europe, they're now at the League Cup. Some people would argue they're already out of the league. Is there a case that all Rangers have this season is the Scottish Cup that they've not entered yet?
Probably.
There you go, guys.
It's definitely no Europe, and also if people want to spin that Trusty getting sent off wouldn't have changed things. He did get man of the match, didn't he?
Aye.
So that's a wee bit of thought there for you, huh?
Anyway, guys, till next time. Peace. Wilfred Noncy is the gift that keeps on giving. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. When it comes to baubles on your Christmas tree, they come in all different colours. They come in maroon, they come in blue. But when it comes to bubbles, and it comes to bubbles busting, there's only one colour, and those are green. And I'm sure there's some snot bubbles as well coming out of Callum McGregor's nose. What has happened to Celtic? They're falling down the table. I believe they're down into third now after this game, and
they're still second.
Well, they're hanging on to second by a fingernail. Give it another week, they'll be down to third. Won't be long before Motherwell overtakes them. Noncy has come in. Martin O'Neill saved the season, and Noncy has come in and he has ruined the season. He is the villain here. Even though he seems like a alright guy, he's certainly taken this club down. It's almost like if this was Titanic, Martin O'Neill seen the iceberg and managed to steer the ship away, and Nonsense just came in and pushed Martin O'Neill away from the fucking steering wheel and just did a 180 and re-steered into the iceberg, because that's what's happened to Celtic here.
He's not doing a 180 in a ship would be pretty. That of that magnitude would be pretty fucking impressive.
It'd be pretty hard to turn it around that space of time, but I tell you what, we talk about managers turning things around quickly. Noncy has turned things around quickly, but for the worse, you know, and we're all for it. We're loving it.
Tell you what, Danny Rowe turned things. The only guy that's turned things quicker is Danny Rowe. Because see, at half time, I'll be honest, I was saying Danny Rowe's got 45 minutes to prove to me and many others that he can actually take Rangers forward, because that would have been the third big game where his arse is folded, and I've got to hold my hands up, not only to him, not only to the likes of Yusuf Shermiti, but a lot of that team, because they stepped up. I thought they were shite bags. I thought they were cards in that first half.
They kind of were, like you're saying you think they were. I think they actually were cowards, but
no, they were
shite.
It's better to be cards in the first 45 than be cards in the last 45 when you can't do anything.
That first half almost reminded me of Creed versus Dragoman in Rocky 4. I mean, Creed just about got out of there with his life intact, and you felt like if he didn't throw in the towel, then it could go drastically wrong. And I felt that was going to be the case for Rangers. Got in at half time, lucky to only be 1-0 down. You're thinking, you know, Butland's had to make some good saves. Celtic have missed chances. Kenny can't finish on another day. Could have been down and out. And then for the first couple of minutes, kind of in the second half, kind of looked like Celtic were starting where they left off, but Rangers get a quick goal back, and then I don't know what happened to Celtic.
Apple crumble.
And we've seen it happen many times under Noncy, where the second half performance just is nowhere near as good as the first, and that was the case here. I mean, I don't even think Rangers were great, but they were good enough to beat Celtic. They were good enough in that second half.
Seeing years gone by, right? See when Celtic got 1-0 up, for me it almost feels like game over, right? Even though it shouldn't. I mean, partly that's down to how good Celtic have been, and partly that's down to like the Rangers mentality. But we've seen even in the games where they've been 4-2 up against Livy, they've been beating Aberdeen 1-0, or even when they've been beating Dundee United 1-0. There's a fun rebellion about them, even when they're dominating. And they were dominating this game, mate. They could have been about 4 or 5 up. But that's why you're taking the piss. It was fucking disgusting. That Yang goal feels about 15 years ago.
Well, Noncy's dominating the conversation outside of Celtic Park. They want him gone, they want him out.
It's directed at the board as well, to be fair.
About half the stadium actually left early just so they could get their standing position outside, so they could chant sack the board.
Front row seats.
No, they left early. The dumbasses left early so they could go from chanting sack the board inside the stadium to chanting sack the board outside the stadium. I mean, what difference does it fucking make?
I actually think that might be the only thing that saves Wilfred Noncy's job. I believe Dermot Desmond will honestly want to keep this guy
in spite of the Celtic fans.
Fuck you to the Celtic fans, and I hope he does. Wilfred Noncy, beautiful guy, great manager, and what a man. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the gift that keeps on giving, as you said. Christmas may be over, but he is spreading more cheer.
Christmas lasts for 12 months. Every month's December in Wilfred Noncy's eyes. But yeah, he came in, and just to me, it just doesn't fit Scottish football. I don't know. Maybe it's a language thing as well. But even when he's asked questions about what do you have, what can you say to the fans? What do you want the fans to do? It's just a generic answer. Oh, a team will work hard. We will improve, and that's not the answers people are looking for. People don't want to hear that.
No, they don't. I mean, you can talk about performance all you want, but see, at the end of the day, see over the course of this 90 odd minutes, who were the better team? I'm probably going to lean towards Celtic in terms of who looked the best at points in the game. You've got to go with Celtic, but who gives a fuck? Rangers won 3-1.
I don't think Danny Rowe's been impressive since he came in. Results domestically have been pretty good, but I think performances have been, bang average. But I think the big...
He gets found out by every manager, does Nancy. Every single manager in this league's found him out. We've said this in the previous video. The MLS is a pish league. Yeah, they might have better quality of player at the top end, but see, in terms of... They don't care. Soccer, dude. They don't give a fuck.
The games, it's like they're glorified friendlies.
Aye.
You can't... Managing in the MLS for a couple of years, that's not going to prepare you for coming to Scotland.
See this game?
Managing Celtic, where every game you must win.
Rangers were 5-1 to win the day, both teams to score. See if you asked anybody what was the template. Like, see if you asked ChatGPT or AI or Grok to predict this game of football, I think it would have said Celtic will be the better team in the first half, might be winning, Rangers will claw it back due to the recent performances of Celtic and win the game. And that's exactly what happened. They've conceded, they're averaging at 2 goals a game, Celtic. They've conceded 3 here, so that average is probably up to like 2.25 or something along those lines. And for whatever reason, everybody, it doesn't matter, it's a pattern. Even Jimmy Thielen, to a degree, worked it out. They still lost that game 3-1. Question is, if Aberdeen weren't down to 10 men, what would have happened? Because they dominated that first half as well, hit the post about 5 times. Levy always felt like they were in that game. There is no way this guy can get kept. It's 8 games now. He can talk about a pre-season, right? 4 or 5 weeks of pre-season. He's been in the job 28 days. That's 4 weeks.
Domestically, in the league, every second half he has, I think every second half it has been worse than the first.
Yep.
I mean, you could argue he scored 2 goals against Aberdeen in the second half, but still, I mean, they were very late.
To win trophies,
Livingston didn't score any goals in the second half. I think Hearts, they were, even though they technically, they drew the second half, I think their best spell in that game came in the first half. Dundee United, they were definitely worse in the second half. I think they were definitely worse in the second half against St Mirren in the League Cup final, and there's no doubt they were worse in the second half here. It's 6 games domestically. He's had 6, hasn't he? 6.
Wilfred Nancy.
Every second half's been worse.
Well, 7 because you include the League Cup final.
Oh well, 7. Is that how many it's been?
That was his 8th game today.
Well,
it was 1 in Europe.
The 7 domestic games that he's had, every second half has been worse than the first.
See Wilfred Nancy, right? The way he plays, you cannot, and I mean this, right? You fucking quote it, clip it, date you want with it. You cannot win a league the way he plays football. You can't. You all know why you can't. Because his football, due to the burnout in the second half, relies on you being 3 or 4-0 up, and you can't do that every game. No, see if you're every other team in this league, you can be like, see, as long as we keep the score, it's 0-0 or 1-0. See, going into that second half, we've a great chance of getting something, at least something. And the way Celtic play, it's designed to drop points. I'm actually flabbergasted they've not drew any games.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, we can talk about how poor Celtic were in the second half, or how
there's no control. See, to win a league, you need to control games of football. They don't control it. Say you want about Rangers on their roll, they don't play good football, but they manage games out, they see games out. See if Wilfred Nancy was leading loads of games like 2-1, like Danny Rowe's got over the line, the 1-0s, they'd be dropping points.
Well, I mean, let's call him out here, because Butland I think he made a mistake for the Yango. I think he should save that, but he made some very good saves in this match. I can't say the same about Kasper Schmeichel. He let in 2 goals, in my opinion, that he should do better, and I don't think he helped Celtic at all.
Nope, because distribution was poor.
Where was the good saves?
I think both performances summed up what both guys have done recently.
I think, even though Butland, I think, should save his, you can say he made up for it.
Aye.
With the rest, all his other saves. Kasper Schmeichel cost 2 goals. Now, I don't really recall him doing anything great. I don't recall him making a big save. And maybe he did, but I don't recall. I think any saves he made was comfortable. And I think he should have certainly done better for the second and third goal.
I mean, the first one, I don't think anything's on him on that. I need to rewatch it, but yeah, the second and third goal is definitely on Kasper.
Controversial. People are saying he shouldn't be playing anyway. Some people are saying that Sinisalo deserves a go. If he doesn't get dropped after this, then when will he? I think he should be dropped. I think he's been really poor, and it's a multiple games now in a row where, apart from the one that he wasn't playing, obviously, but I don't know. For me, Kasper, I'd be getting rid of him.
The last thing the Celtic team needs is a guy at the back that's costing them goals every game.
Yeah,
they're costing themselves goals every game, let alone another guy doing it. Thought defending was awful. But anyway, let's get into that first half. Asgard picks up a booking. Right, it's retarded for you, Tello Asgard, because you're getting booked 6 minutes into a game that you need to be going into tackles.
And we know what happened the last time this guy played in Old Firm.
He gets sent off, right? So, now the only problem here, there's no consistency. This was a shirt pull. Why didn't the likes of McCoyan and I think it was McGregor, or no, it was Engels, sorry. Why didn't they get booked for a shirt pull? There's no consistency here with the refereing. It's a fucking joke. Raskin prevents a tackle of almost fell to Johnny Kenny. Numerous chances.
Celtic were cutting Rangers open.
Oh, aye. What Celtic were doing was what I kind of expected Rangers to do against their back three, but they did it against our back three.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of times Celtic were bursting forward with the numbers advantage. It was insane, but they just didn't have the quality to finish it. Kenny had a few chances.
Fucking hurt.
Saved by
Danny
Buckland.
Rowe getting Fernandes to man mark Engels. That was just idiotic.
Yang was playing really well. Maida was doing no bad as well. And then we get the goal. It's a throw in. Yang takes it. Ball's played back to him. And then he literally just almost walks past like 4 or 5 Rangers players.
No, yeah,
and then blasts the ball into the net.
I tweet it. I would rip up every Rangers player who was involved in that bit of play, his contract up, right? It's all good laughing and joking right now, right? But see if Celtic won that game 1-0, I would be fucking. I mean, I'm still livid about it, right? That was disgusting. You can't defend like that in a derby game.
Half-assed challenges and no one got near him.
I know it's Yang, right? And I know Yang's a wee bit pish. But for fuck's sake, man, you can't let anyone do this. See with the way Rangers defended that, me or you or anybody watching this video who's got 2 working legs could have probably got a shot away with the defending that was going on.
I think me or you could have defended better than this, to be fair.
No, definitely. I would have defended, but I'd put my body on the line. Would have been gassed after it, mind you, but I mean, I would have still put my body on the line.
Anyway, it was a good strike for Yang, and it was a good run for Yang, but he was helped out by Buckland, and he was helped out by the 4 or 5 outfield players that just never bothered.
But see,
putting in a
I
challenge.
think Buckland in his head's probably thinking, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to fucking scream at these dicks who just let him, and then
that didn't happen.
And then he couldn't. He was left on 1-1.
There was another ball into the back post. Yang with the header, it beats Fernandes. No, it beats Magoma. Magoma should defend better. Fernandes clears it off the line. I mean, that was it really. Celtic had a lot of I mean, there was a chance for Gazma. Gazma had an opportunity. It was saved by... That was probably the best save. That was the only good thing Kasper Schmeichel done. The save from Gazma in the first half.
Yep. Conor Barron had an awful corner.
Oh God, I just
put it straight to Engels, I think.
Well, to be fair, all the corners were pretty shite, but this one was the worst one. Just a low pass, a grass cutter.
What's the opposite? The cream of the crop.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the shite.
Don't know, but just a grass cutter straight to the first man. Embarrassing. Rangers did have the ball in the back of the net, but I mean, about 5 or 6 players offside.
Capital letters here. Schmidt is wank. He took it personally.
Oh, he did, but you know what? Yeah, I'm still not convinced this guy's a good player.
Oh no.
You know, I mean, well, by the way, when we're talking about Kasper Schmeichel being shite and what was Austin Trusty's defending all about for that second goal, I do not know.
Let's talk about the first one first, because Raskin does well, takes it off Diamonde, who I thought changed the game. I've been critical of Diamonde, but I thought he was brilliant. He came on, he didn't sneeze, he came on, he played well, goes to Raskin runs down the right, fizzes it across, Schmidt, we tap in. You know what, right? Schmidt, I've bashed him, you've bashed him, we've all bashed him. This is the type of performance that when you spend 8 million quid on a striker, you should be getting. And I'm not saying this to be harsh.
I might need to spend 8 million on Lemsips here. I'm fucking dying. But anyway,
do you not agree though that this should be the regular? He needs to kick on. Can't just be.
Like £8 million should be getting you, but you should be scoring about 2 goals a game.
Yeah. And it isn't me just being harsh on the guy, right? I'm fucking buzzing for him. I'm buzzing for Rangers, the fact we've won, but he needs to kick on now. You know, I mean, if Kevin Terwell wants to put a big bid in, then he can go fucking ahead if he really wants. But brilliant league tap in here. Buckland then saves a Maida shot that would have made it 2-1 to Celtic. Barron had a shot deflected. Header had a Yang save. No, Header had a header save. And then it was 2-1 Shermitty. Right, awful. Well, it's great for Shermitty. He runs and he runs, but as you pointed out, Austin Trusty, I wouldn't trust this guy to run a bath.
No, I get it. He's in a difficult spot because he is kind of like 2-1. So I get that. And but yeah, you cannot give the guy on the ball that's closing down on goal this much space. I get it. He's trying to close off the passing lane to, I think it was Barron making the run in the box, but Jesus Christ, he just allows Shermitty to run into the box, and then Shermitty hits a shot.
Do you know how this...
It's not the greatest of shots because Kasper Schmeichel's able to get something on it.
Do you think
not
this
enough.
is because of Shermitty's reputation? Do you think Austin Trusty's thinking in his head, this guy's shite, I'm not...
Nah, I don't think so.
Alright, well,
he's a professional footballer.
Say this is Lionel Messi. I think he closes him down.
I don't think if it's Lionel Messi, he doesn't really have a choice no matter. Messi just run past him anyway.
So. Down and fucks the top end.
Schmeichel does get a leg on it, but it's not a strong leg, so just
I feel like
bounces off
Schmeichel. I feel like the majority of goals that Celtic concede hit off Schmeichel going. I feel like there's never like a goal that's top ends.
Yeah, Celtic then have a chance to equalise straight away. Maida.
Lovely technique for Maida.
Yeah, great technique.
Close but no cigar.
Yeah, I mean, if this goes in, you're waxing lyrical about the guy, but it goes wide.
I wouldn't have been like
well, probably not. No, it goes wide of the post.
Arezzo come on, debut.
Yeah, didn't do nothing but, you know.
No, I think he played one ball in behind, it was alright, but apart from that, most people expect this guy to start. I'm surprised he didn't, but at the same time I'm not, because you can't just get fired into this game.
No, let's talk about the third goal then for Rangers.
Diamonde into Mikey Moore, and he sits down Kasper Schmeichel, who just let it into the back of the net. There is honestly nothing brings me more joy than seeing goals go past Kasper Schmeichel. It hits like crack.
Well, the best one was McLean.
Yeah, McTominay, Shankland, Tierney. I mean, the past couple of weeks, man, the goals.
Kasper Schmeichel's fucking shite. All we've heard for the past 2 years is, Celtic have the best goalkeeper in the league. That to me, that argument is not an argument anymore. That's been put to bed.
And you know what? I think he prances around the place
like he's a god. Like he fucking owns the show. No, he thinks he's better than he is.
No, who he thinks he is? This is his dad. He thinks he's Peter. No, he does. No, see this guy. He won. All right, he won a Premier League and he won an FA Cup. I'm not saying the guy's had a bad career. He's had a pretty good career, right? But I think he walks about like he owns the place, like he's considered on the level like an Oblak or a Casillas or something. Someone at that level, a Petr Cech. You know your role. You concede goals for fun.
I mean, Celtic have had great keepers over the years. This guy's no one of them.
No, I like Joe Hart. I think got better as his Celtic career went on.
Yeah, arguably, yeah.
I think this guy is.
It's getting worse.
The levels are dropping severely,
but he's not at the level of like a Barkas or Fraser Foster or Craig Gordon. He's nowhere near those levels, or Davy Marshall.
A Barkas?
No, not Barkas. Fuck me. What's that?
You started with Barkas now. He's no shite.
No, no Barkas.
You said Craig Gordon.
For God's sake. What's that Polish guy that played for Celtic?
Boric?
That's the one, Barkas, for fuck's sake.
Because you said Barkas, I'm like, so he's going down the shite route here.
No.
And then you said a bunch of people that were good, and I'm like, well, I don't know.
Anyway, point is, Peter, Kasper Schmeichel, no very good. Speaking of no very good, I thought it was another shite, lacklustre performance for Callum McGregor.
Yep.
I'm sick of hearing about how this guy's great, he's loyal to Celtic. No, the thing is, no big club's ever came in for Callum McGregor. No big club has ever even tested Celtic. But you don't know that. Celtic could turn it. You do know that. Come on, look at have you ever even seen a transfer rumour regarding Callum McGregor?
Brendan Rodgers was linked like a week ago.
Aye, but I mean, I'm talking about like over the years.
No, really, no.
What? No, but come on. See, the best player.
The only time I noticed in the day was when Raskin threw the ball at his stomach. Like 4 minutes to go.
The best players leave Scotland, and if they don't leave Scotland, they get many opportunities to.
Aye.
This guy has not. He's massively overrated, and I think he's declined over the last couple of years. I think Callum McGregor's done.
I think most of the Celtic team's done, to be brutally honest. And I mean, it's beautiful to watch. Honestly, the mixed I think Boyd said it best. He said you'll never get a game that sums up a tale of two halves in this one. Fucking crazy. But yeah, that was the game. I guess we'll ask the question: will Wilfred Nancy be sacked?
Well, the fans are outside now chanting. They want him gone. They want the board gone. The board said they were backing him. It's a bad defeat. It's another defeat. It's a shitload of defeats now for him. It's not a hammering though. I think that once you go beyond a 2-goal difference, that's when you're in dangerous territory.
It feels like a hammering though. He was 1-0 up and he's lost the second half 3-0.
I think he survives. I think he gets one more game, one more opportunity.
How's he no offside, the Dundee United guy?
But I do believe had this ended 4 or 5-1, he'd probably be gone by now.
Well, what I would say is, I feel like before this game, it felt like he was close. I don't think he survives another defeat.
No.
Literally.
And even then, it's like, how many wins does he need to get until he's safe again? You say that he doesn't survive another defeat. But I don't think he has to lose his next game.
Oh, aye.
I think if he wins his next game but loses the following,
I think
it
depends
he's sacked.
on context, though. Do you think if he wins the next 3 and then he loses the 4th, but losing the 4th still keeps him within a couple of points of Hearts or Rangers, then that's alright? Or do you feel like if he loses a game to go 3 behind Rangers?
Well, that could be the deciding factor. I think the fact that Rangers are playing catch up and Celtic had the higher ground on Rangers, that helps. Let's switch positions. Let's say that Rangers are top of the table and they have a 6-point lead over Celtic that Hearts have. I think he's gone.
Oh, I think so too. I think he's got to be gone. I think that's the interesting thing here. It's all his results have just closed the gap the other way. You normally just associate managers with getting... I mean, over the years, look how many Rangers managers have been sacked. Why have they been sacked? Because they're points behind Celtic. It's weird to see it flip, but then this season's thrown in the curveball of Hearts being at the top. So I think that's probably the only thing keeping them safe. But as we've seen, the only time we've seen with Celtic sacking a guy was Lennon, and he had to go fucking 20 points behind. But then Lennon had the history. So.
Yeah, Lennon had success. Lennon had loyalty in the bank. Lennon was a club legend, player and manager.
Put it this way,
whether people like him or not, Lennon was. You have to give him credit.
For everyone, no, you do. But for everyone that's not a Celtic fan,
this is fucking great.
As Tony Soprano said at the end of season 1, remember the good times because they don't last forever. And Wilfred Nancy's not got long left. So yeah.
And this won't last forever because this cannot. No, this will change. Either Wilfred Nancy will turn it around and start getting results and be a great Celtic manager, or he'll get sacked. There's no two ways about it. So this will not last forever, and enjoy it while it lasts. Let's just hope it lasts long enough for Celtic not to win the league this season. But things will change. Whether it's with whether it's with Nancy in charge or not Nancy.
The ideal situation is it lasts long enough for Celtic to spunk their budget on players that won't be able to play the new guys system.
Instead of deal or no deal, it's going to be nonce or no nonce.
Aye.
And I think he's dangerously close to getting no nonce.
Is he going to take the bankers up pay?
We'll see. I mean, this guy's probably... worst case scenario, he gets sacked and he pockets a decent amount of money and he go back to the MLS and... I mean, people talk... This guy had a massive reputation. See, when he came in... See, in America, they were fucking making it as if this guy was best manager in the league. Oh, his tactics, he's going to thrive at Celtic.
You know what, though? Not the
some guy I remember some guy phoned up and predicted him to win the Champions League within 7 years.
They did. No, it's crazy, though. He's a Celtic...
Maybe the Scottish Championship.
He's a Celtic manager. I want the guy to fail. I think it's fantastic. But there is a part of me that looks at it, it's like, God... he's just in the wrong movie here, and he is sinking. And I've seen it with managers in the past, where they lie. I mean, and they know they're lying. I think this guy actually genuinely believes that he's getting somewhere, and he's in quicksand, and he's going fucking nowhere.
Every match is 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
And I do feel a bit bad for him because at half time Celtic are winning. It's a good performance. They've destroyed Rangers. It's from some standpoint going forward, but then the second half they just give up easy goals and they don't have the same sort of attacking levels as they have. It's strange.
Like I said, though, the way they play, they can't control a game of football. Felt it, even in the games they've won, they couldn't control. The Livy game never felt like it was over. Because it's just end to end. It's bonkers football. And when you play like that, see end to end football in teams that don't control games, they don't win shit. They don't. That's reserved for the likes of, see, like the Brentfords, the Brightons of this world. Ah, yeah, good clubs, right? Decent Premier League clubs. But that's seeing the MLS. That's why no team dominates. Because they all just play end to end stuff.
And they'll just beat each other.
Aye. It's not. I'm not shocked it's no worked. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Fans react. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Sharks. Looking forward to everything. I'm looking most forward to, though, Big Hugh Keevans.
Oh, yeah.
His bottle of red.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Catch you in the next one. Till then, peace. Rangers scored twice, Celtic scored twice, it finished 2-2 at Ibrox, but the reality is both teams have dropped 2 points to the league leaders' hearts. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. 2-2 at Ibrox, and yes, a certain someone in the channel members video before kickoff said this match would finish 2-2. That somebody was me. I looked at the lineup. I originally went 2-1 Celtic, then I looked at the lineup and went, you know what, that Celtic team's pish. I'm not giving them the win, but I will give them the draw, and in the end, that's what they got. And to be fair, that's probably what they deserved, because it was a game of two halves. As good as Rangers were in the first half, as dominant as they were, second half, they just weren't good enough, and Celtic, to their credit, did push, did try and get back into the game. In the end, they got there. Seen a few people saying Celtic could have went on and won it. I won it. I think that would have been extremely harsh on Rangers. I think they probably deserved a draw. In my opinion, Celtic didn't do enough to win this game, and I think Rangers done enough in the first half to deserve not to lose it. I think a draw is a fair result, and I was delighted to get a draw, so I'm happy. I'm a happy so-called Jambo Bear.
Well, they both scored twice, and I think they're both onto ice, because...
What about Jambo Boy?
It could be Jambo Boy, but here... Celtic are the winners of this tie, or this game.
Well, obviously,
right? But
whoever comes from 2 goals down to get the draw will feel better about it than the other team.
When the dust settles, the Jambos are the real winners of this game. I mean, for me, I'm broken, right? Cards on the table. Because
I'm broken.
The black's behind the white. I'm done.
The reality is, I think that a draw before a ball was kicked would have been a better result for Celtic anyway.
Yes.
It is what it is, because Celtic...
It's the context of a draw.
Celtic are... We need to stop pretending that Rangers are in front. You would rather... You would switch it. I don't care what they say. See if this is the final game of the season and Rangers have already played all theirs and Celtic's got... You would rather be in Celtic's position than Rangers' position based on just the Aberdeen game in hand alone. You would... So Rangers are what, 2 points in front?
Yep.
But you would rather be in Celtic's position, wouldn't you? You would rather have that game against Aberdeen because you're gonna have faith that you win that and get 3 points. So can we all agree, even though Rangers are ahead in the league table, you would rather be in Celtic's position based purely on that 2 point lead but having the one game in hand? Agree or disagree? Would you not rather be 2 points behind Celtic but have a game in hand at Aberdeen? The way they're playing right now? You would?
Yeah.
Because Rangers have already beat Aberdeen easily this season. So, Celtic are in front of Rangers, in my opinion. Now, here, maybe they'll drop points against Aberdeen and then you can be like, oh, see, you were wrong, but... I think that Aberdeen will lose to Celtic on Wednesday. Then you factor in the remaining Old Firm game in the split is at Celtic Park, and say what you want, but having home advantage in the Old Firm game is important. It's not the end of the world if you don't have it. Of course you can win away, but it is an advantage. You would rather be at home than away from home. That's obvious. So Celtic, just in the head-to-head remaining fixture, will have the advantage over Rangers. Then you look at the league leaders' hearts. Celtic have hearts at home. Rangers have hearts away. Again, I think that's another big deciding factor. So I'm just looking at the fact that Celtic are technically in front of Rangers if they win their game in hand. They've got the Old Firm game at home, and they've got the game against the league leaders at home, while Rangers have to go to that game away. So there's 3 big talking points, in my opinion. Three big games or three big issues that could determine who finishes higher between these two teams. So I would say, based on that alone, a draw was a better result for Celtic today, and that's not even factoring in the context of the draw. That's not even factoring in the fact that Celtic said factor quite a lot of times, but that's not even factoring in that Celtic came from behind and rescued a point, when in reality it seems like Rangers have dropped.
Well, like I said in my review, a draw was shite, but if we came from behind, it wouldn't feel as bad as this.
No, but it would still... See, once the dust settles, let's say Celtic were 2-0 up, see in a few days' time, I still believe it would have been a better point for Celtic, even though after the game initially, Rangers would feel like they were the team that...
No, I agree.
They came out with a better result, but...
The dust hasn't settled, and we need to get into it. See that Julian Araujo?
Not a fan.
I can't stand the bastard. There you go. That's my thoughts on him. No, but I mean, he was winding the Rangers players up. He was fucking winding me up. I was ready to jump through the TV at him.
What about Dyson Maida in his haircut? He's beginning to look a bit more like Megan Rapinoe every time I see him. He's fucking playing like Megan Rapinoe at the moment, to be honest. Maida, again, I thought he had a bit of a shocker.
Lucky to be on a team that got a point.
Yeah, we'll do player ratings later on, but I think that Maida was a bit of a passenger today. I think that he was fortunate to stay on the field and not be taken off instead of Yang. Not that Yang was great, but I think Mark O'Neill's went with the name value there rather than who performed better.
Well, he won the penalty, didn't he?
I mean, well, he did, yeah, to be fair. Yes, but I mean...
He fucking took him off, man.
He also had a couple of opportunities where he had another header earlier in that second half where he should have scored.
Yeah.
He headed it right into the hands of Jack Butland. But we can't really skip the first half, because if we skip the first half, then there's nothing really positive to say from a Rangers standpoint, so...
Danny really got it right. Rangers were brilliant. Then we went to shite, but...
Tell you what, one of the better goals you'll see scored in an Old Firm game. I think we can all agree on that.
And you know what? It's not even getting talked about. It's actually been forgotten about. Well, my head's been forgotten about. This could have been...
Feels a long time ago.
This could have been a shite 1 yard tap in off the arse of Sinisolo. But it's an overhead kick.
It's the kind of goal where if it's the winner, it gets talked about forever.
Yeah.
But because it was the opener in a game where Rangers gave up a 2-goal lead, no one's really going to, remember it that much. But it's a great goal for Shermity. I think the guy's... Personally, I think he's fucking dog shite. But in the big games, he's delivered. He scored 4 against Celtic and 4 against Hearts.
That's no bad.
You cannot complain about that. No, well, you can complain that he's only scored 1 goal in all his other games in the league, but 8 against the 2 title contenders, that's phenomenal for Shermity. Ball comes in, it was Skov Olsen with the cross, and Shermity, it's a brilliant overhead kick. It really is, straight in the back of the net. You thought it was better than Scott McTominay's. I mean, I'm probably a bit biased. I'm obviously going to prefer Scott McTominay's, and for me, I think the Scott McTominay goal might be the best goal I've ever seen.
But see, it's the context, right? If we didn't get to the World Cup, but Rangers won the day, that just makes Shermitty's look 100 times better.
No, I mean, it probably does.
I think Shermitty's is better because it doesn't bounce. It is as clean as he could have hit it. Say what you want about McTominay's, it's great, it's fantastic, it's brilliant, right? Loved it at the time. Any shot that goes into the ground doesn't look as good as one that...
It's a hang time though, isn't it?
Well, I feel like hanging time, man. Right now, I feel fucking...
It's Ben Water.
Aye, get the noose out, but...
Anyway, it's a great goal.
There's a welcome to Ibrox sign over there being held up with fucking rope. Is that what that's for?
You got notes?
I've got no notes.
Fuck. Right, it's a great goal. Rangers go 1-0 up, and they deserved it. They started the better. Definitely deserved their lead. And then it was all Rangers.
Yep.
Up until any big instance for the second goal.
I thought Dyson Maida and Chamberlain were
bogging.
No, seriously, right? See if Celtic lost this game, Oxlade-Chamberlain would be getting buried. He was disgusting in that first half. Partly the reason he was Celtic were so bad in the midfield. Honestly, Martin O'Neill got the starting 11 so wrong. He fixed it at half time, right? Got to give the guy credit for that. But I think anyone with a brain who saw Cal McGregor and Oxlade-Chamberlain in the engine room knew that Rangers were going to dominate the midfield straight away. Because what you've got
is
Pat and Evan talking shit.
aye. I mean, how's he claiming my demo's dangerous for Celtic? I mean, that's crazy. Anyway, but yeah, not Shermitty.
So what have we got? What he said? What we've got?
What I'm saying is, you've got
You got it wrong.
You've
So
got Cal McGregor and Oxlade-Chamberlain. That midfield was always going to get overrun. Cal McGregor played 90 odd minutes, right, against Stuttgart, and Chamberlain, he's not really fit, is he? See, if you take, we said it in the preview, see if you take away his goal against Levy, he has been awful. Make no mistake about it. But that is it from that perspective. Let's move on for burying those two.
right. So again, Rangers put pressure on Celtic. There is a cross into the box. I believe it takes a deflection. Dane Murray, I mean, just gets it all wrong. He slices the clearance. It goes towards Arujo, who, in my opinion, should deal with this, and he doesn't. Shermitty manages to dangle a leg in, and he essentially pokes the ball around Arujo, that then does like a 180 and spins in behind him, and then does a nice wee touch past Sinisalo. I mean, I thought the goal was getting overhyped on commentary. It was a decent goal, but people were pretending that it was like Bergkamp versus Newcastle, and it wasn't.
Neil Lennon said it's just as good as the first goal. And Neil Lennon, who I think's actually a pretty alright pundit, I think he's not as biased as some other people. That is ridiculous.
Now,
you cannot say that.
Shermitty deserves credit for sticking in there and winning the ball and getting that wee light touch that pokes it around Arujo, and then a nice wee finish past the keeper. I mean, Shermitty deserves credit, but he was aided here by two pretty poor mistakes. I know Dane Murray's the only guy that is getting the blame here, but for me, Arujo must do a lot better than what he did. But I won't take anything away from Shermitty, but I mean, his opening goal is all him. Yeah, it's a good cross, but the opening goal, Shermitty, that's a wonderful overhead kick. This goal, he's been aided by, two defensive errors, in my opinion, for Celtic.
No, absolutely. Dane Murray again, costing Celtic a goal.
It doesn't matter how good a goal is or whatever. I think if there's an error in the goal, then it takes away from how good your goal is.
Yeah, and what did Yusuf Shermitty do after this goal?
Absolutely hee-haw.
Yeah, I thought I thought we cost Rangers a game as well. Is Danny Rule in the second half taking off Nadiri for Diamondi? Deary me.
Well, I mean,
Deary me.
I don't know if she's going to substitutes right now, but what I thought was telling is that Martin O'Neill used all 5 of his, and Danny Rule only used 2. Yeah. And I think that's crazy.
Aye.
Only using 2 when you've got 5 available, especially when the opposition's used 5. Now I get it. You can definitely argue that Celtic needed to make the changes. They played it in the midweek. Rangers didn't. They were behind, needed to change the game. Rangers were in front. I get that argument, but I just think when Celtic are freshening up their 11 in their midfield, and I think you need to counteract that.
Well, they were saying that Shermitty picked up a knock after the second goal, so why did he last the entire game then? You don't play a guy with a knock for that long, and it looked like he was playing with a knock. I just can't believe the contrast, the two halves. For me, it proves Rangers don't have what it takes to win this title. They don't. I mean, I'm not giving up, right? But that is 4 different games they've dropped points recently. Hibs, Motherwell, Livy and Celtic, all different scenarios, whether it's conceding late on, not turning up and getting scudded like 2-0 by Livy, or just being absolutely outplayed by Hibs and we should have lost. Say what you want, Celtic came back for 2-0 down. Would Rangers come back for 2-0 down at Parkhead? I don't think they would.
Not convinced.
I don't think they would. And the crowd was nervous, not blaming the crowd, you could tell that in the second half, but I mean, in terms of the rest of the first half, Romans had a chance at the back post, straight at Sinisalo.
That was second half, was it? No,
that was first half.
Are you sure?
Actually, no, you're right.
I think that was the beginning of the second half.
It was at the right side.
Yeah.
Well, my head's away. But
You're gone. You're finished. I don't think you know what happened. You need to find a hidden bunker.
I think I fucking need to.
Like there's bombs dropping on you or something like that. Celtic bombs.
Well, let's get into the second half. So Celtic made 2 subs.
But Rangers had, I mean, as good as Celtic were, the second half, Rangers had the first big opportunity and they could have scored it.
They could have.
I think maybe Roman should score that, to be fair.
Yeah.
He has to do better. In my opinion, he's hit it straight at Sinisalo.
It was all hunky-dory at that fucking time, wasn't it?
Yeah, at that point, see, when Romans doesn't score that, you're not thinking, oh, that could cost Rangers. Because you're yet to really see any response for Celtic.
But see,
at that point, you're just thinking, oh, I want Rangers to go 3-4-0 up.
I know.
You're not thinking, oh, that could be the difference.
I have not got an issue with anything going forward in terms of like chances missed, because I feel like we took our chances. I know. We're talking about him. He didn't score this, right? But what cost Rangers the game was just sitting off Celtic. That it was pathetic. Honestly, we were on their throats.
One shot, by the way, in the first half of Celtic. Can you remember who got it? Or where did it come from? Or could it have been that memorable? Either way, it's not important. I'm just trying to think where the one shot came from.
I'm gonna guess Dyson Maida.
Well, either way, so Rangers had that chance through Romans, didn't score it, and then you felt like the game was beginning to turn. Celtic were getting into it more. They did make changes at half time. Martin O'Neill brought on Tunetke and Hatate, and I think they were the two best Celtic players in the second half.
Yep. So there you go. Big changes.
I think I've seen Hatate get a lot of praise. Haven't really seen Tunetke get much praise, but I think he looked lively. He looked dangerous on the left-hand side. He looked like he was going to be the one that would create for Celtic. I don't think Tunetke's getting the credit he deserves. He looked like a difference maker in the second half. I would actually argue that all season. I think Tunetke's not got the credit he deserves all season. People are just lumping this guy into the same bracket as Balakisha because they're both £5 million. Tunetke, in my opinion, has been a decent player. I think Tunetke has justified that £5 million spent on him.
I think Tunetke is Celtic's best winger right now.
Yeah, so I'm a bit surprised that just the disrespect that's put on Tunetke's name. I thought he was good in the second half. Celtic came into it a bit more. Rangers weren't really getting us forward as much, and I think you could probably sense that there was a goal coming for Celtic and that the game wasn't done, because originally in the first half it did look like it was over. Even at 2-0, you just felt like the third goal was going to come for Rangers.
Yep, but the third goal came for Celtic, and Nygren finds Tierney. Good play for Hatate. But again, just before this,
the first real opportunity did come for Hatate. That shot.
Nah, blazed over.
No, Butland tipped it in the post.
Oh, on
target. You're going.
I am going.
Big Stevie Cool's lost his cool. So Hatate hits a low-driven shot. Butland gets down, makes a save, pokes it round for the corner. And at this point, Celtic are beginning to get a bit of pressure on. There was, I believe, Rangers. Who was the player that tried to flick on? He tried to flick in the middle of the pitch and then he lost it.
Yeah, I think it was Shermiti.
And I'm pretty sure that's where
that's where the dominance of 5 minutes bombarding into the box.
Did that not lead to the Hatate shot that Butland saved for the corner? And then that pressure ended up leading to the first goal. So you've got Hatate and
Got overconfident.
Yeah, Hatate and Tunetke on the left hand. On the left hand side, Tunetke and Hatate were working well together. Hatate with a nice ball into the middle of the box, finds out. He picks out Nygren. It's a good ball in, but still, Nygren is kind of surrounded here. You're not really expecting much, but to his credit, he hits a lovely left-footed. I wouldn't even say it's not really a cross. It's more like he's just dinked a little chip into the edge of the 6-yard box, and Tierney is there to head it home.
It's far too easy, man.
Good header for Tierney.
The cross being allowed is pathetic. The header being so free is pathetic, and I think Butland should save it.
I think Butland could do better. He heads it across Butland, so therefore it's going to be more difficult for him. But it was. It's not like Tierney's put this in the corner.
No,
it's not like Tierney has. Yeah, I think Tierney probably should do a bit better here. Not Tierney. I think Butland maybe should do a bit better here. But as a goal, I thought it was a decent goal. The header, I think, for Tierney could have been better. But who cares? He's put it in the back of the net, so he won't be. I don't think he'll be giving two shits about that.
Well, what did Rangers create? A couple of corners after this, couple of half shots, and I think what killed the game was the substitution for Diamondi for Ryan Nadiri. I do not understand this.
Well, Diamondi did have that shot that was about 10 miles over the bar, didn't he?
He can't shoot. He's shite at shooting. It is what it is. We just didn't. Honestly, see, considering how good the set pieces have been recently, should have did better. Fernandes also had a header at 2-0. It could have went in. But yeah, Celtic made more subs. You saw the likes of Luke McCoyan come on and Sirachi. Luke McCoyan had a decent chance, but Butland kind of just fell on top of it.
Yeah, that was actually a really good play again. It was John Suter, I believe, with the no, that wasn't that one. That was a different one. John Suter with the diving header. I call it a diving header. He literally just falls to his knees, heads it away, and he finds the first Celtic player in attack. But I think Sterling did well to shuffle Tunetke out. he actually won the foul, I believe. Was it the foul? I don't know if he won the foul or he got the goal kick, but he managed to stop that for going out. Celtic had another cross. I believe it was from McCowan. He crossed it in, and Dyson Maeda headed it straight into the hands of Jack Butland. Dyson Maeda must do better there.
Yes.
And then you had Tanecki and Hatate. Great link-up play, again coming in from the left-hand side. Tanecki with the 1-2. And then he picks out Luke McCowan on the right-hand side of Butland. McCowan takes a touch, and then the ball goes away from goal. It just tightens up the angle. If I was McCowan, and I'm here, he's the guy getting paid thousands, and I'm the guy that's getting paid peanuts to talk about this shit, but I would have personally hit it first time, because even though his touch brings the ball closer to the goal, the angle gets worse. And I think I would rather have a shot from slightly further out but a better angle than closer but a worse angle. And then Butland makes a save where he almost falls on top of the ball and saves it with his armpit. So the pressure was piling up here. That Dyson Maeda header where he should have scored, heads it straight into the hands of Butland. You this chance here from McCowan where Butland falls on top of it, saves it with his armpit, and you're thinking that Celtic are going to get the equaliser.
But see, I would rather concede there, because that was like 20 minutes for the end. You know, I concede then, because then it gives you a chance to score. But it honestly felt like Rangers were just waiting for Celtic to score to then do one last bombardment.
And I just cannot believe that in the last 20 minutes or whatever, Rangers didn't make any substitutes. I cannot.
That's on Danny, man. I mean, the bench, see the bench, right? It wasn't exactly filled with rock stars. I mean, you had the likes of Asgard and Barami, and I think most people wouldn't want to bring guys like that on. But you have like Mikoma, you have Miovski, among other people on the bench. For me, you need to bring fresh. I mean, James Tavernier, for fuck's sake. I mean, say when they scored 90th minute, why is Tavernier getting brought on? The guy loves a goal. Guy absolutely loves a goal. Don't understand it. I think not bringing subs on hurt us, and in the subs he did make killed us. So I mean, just a disaster all round from us. Didn't do enough to win it.
Anyway, we're getting late on into the game here. You want to talk about the equaliser?
Yeah, let's talk about it. Right, the penalty.
Who gets the cross?
I don't know who gets the cross, but Maeda finds it, heads it. Looks like a great save by Butland. I mean, it is a good save, right? But Sterling saved it before him, and I'm actually baffled, by the way, how long it took John Beaton to give this.
To be fair, once he seen it from the angle behind the goal, he gave it pretty quickly.
Yep.
The first minute, he was looking at the angle in front of the goal, and you couldn't really make much out. And I'm not convinced he gives it if he doesn't see the other angle, because the first angle is really, it's impossible to tell. But then you see the angle from behind the goal, and it clearly hits off his hand before.
Is it more out or in? That's what I need to know.
What, the hand?
I'm joking.
It's outstretched, mate.
I'm taking the piss because of
even
what happened in another Old Firm game when they fucked us over with VAR.
Even Boydie said it was a blatant penalty.
I mean, people are greeting, no, it's a red card.
No, it's not a red card, is it?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. Although I would argue it wouldn't have changed much red card at that point in the game.
I remember Alistair Johnson at Rugby Park getting away with this though, so...
Well, that is true, but I mean, I guess you can't really argue supporting him here, can you? Because the guy's it's his legs that are supporting him.
For me, any shot that's on target and it hits a hand that's going in, it needs to be given.
Unless it's Livy and it's Ibrox, then.
Well, no, that should have been given.
He ain't getting it.
That should have been given.
Anyway, although Livy, you could argue Livy maybe got a bit fortunate last week against Rangers, so I mean.
Right, well, speaking of getting fortunate.
Who's taking it? That's the big question, because.
That Arajo bastard, he wanted to take it.
Yeah, he had his hands all over it.
I don't
I tell you what about Captain Kalamack? Another passenger performance in the midfield, but he'll come out in the post-match he'll come out in the post-match interview, pretend, acting the big man. See if Celtic got beat 2-0 today, you wouldn't have seen him.
No.
He'd have said to
I didn't see him when they were getting beat 2-0.
He'd have went down the tunnel and gave the armband to Jamesy Forrest. He'd have been like, here mate, go speak some shite, guy.
Hey Murray, I know you're 17 mate, but you go do the fucking...
I know you fucked up and everyone hates you, but you go and do the wee interview.
I hate you even more.
But, you know, is that not the time where McGregor should be like, I'm going to take this? Look at Tavernier, our real captain. Lawrence Shankland, a real captain. You know, men that would pick up the ball, put it on the spot, and risk their life to score the important goals. Look at Captain Kalamack. See, as soon as that penalty was given, see when he started, he was in the referee's face. He was first and forefront, bitching to get it. See, as soon as it was awarded, you never seen him. He's hiding behind Sinisalo.
I know.
He's hiding behind Sinisalo. He fucking disappears.
I know, but what?
His stature.
What about the people?
No, see when he was trying to get the penalty awarded, he was like Danny Rowe first half. You know, big, strong, and bold. See, as soon as the penalty was given, he was like Danny Rowe at full time. You know, fucking broken and defeated, and small in size. It's like, where the fuck was Calmac?
What about the
but you know who did step up? Rio Hatate, a guy that is arguably been not just Celtics, but arguably can't even say the word. Fuck me. Arguably being the worst player in Scotland this season, and I don't even think that's an exaggeration. There's a case that he's been the worst player in Scotland this year, but I tell you what, he stepped up, and I'm thinking, you know, that's brave of him because he's been fucking shite, and he is probably the one Celtic player that could not afford to miss this. Say all the Celtic players, he's probably the one that has got like the least amount of credit in the bank with the fans. He's the one who I think if he misses this, his career's over. So I'm thinking respect for taking it, but I also says I don't think he's scoring it.
And he didn't score
And I also says Butland's got a good track record of saving pens, and lo and behold, he hits one low to the right hand side of Butland. Butland gets down, he saves it. Butland gets up, Rio Hatate runs in, rebound, Butland saves it again, and unfortunately for Butland, there's a third attempt for Rio Hatate, and not even Rio Hatate can miss for about a yard and a half out when there's no goalkeeper to make a save. Although Maida did try and poach the goal away from him.
It is so lucky though.
The
save, the rebound. But what I will say is, fair play to Maida and co, because they fucking ran for it. Where's the Rangers players? Shite bags, hiding. You're talking about Cal McGregor hiding. You've got Sinisolo, McGregor, then the fucking other 10 Rangers players behind them. Shiftless fucks.
I think Hatate played alright. I think he maybe deserved to go, but it wasn't a great penalty.
It would have been funny as fuck if Maida got to it first, but he was in,
or something.
He was in the box.
Well.
So they had to cancel it. No. What do you mean no?
But even if he was in the box, they would have took it again anyway, would they not? Because he was.
Oh, do you have faith in a tie? I'd take that option right now. Fucking geese it.
See if that had to get retaken. Do you think Hatate would have took it again?
I think Arezzo might have took it.
I think fucking Sean Maloney would have put his boots on. He'd have took it.
Anyway, that's it.
2-2. Then
a couple of free kicks that went nowhere.
Nothing major.
No.
There was a penalty shout.
Nah.
For all the Rangers fans.
It was embarrassing, actually.
The ball hit Dane Murray in the stomach area.
No, unless Dane Murray's got hands for tits. I mean, I don't see how you could really give this.
Aye, yeah, there was a big claim for a penalty, like, but
Jasper Schmeichel's got tits for hands.
I don't even think the most corrupt referee could have gave a penalty here.
Aye, and we all know
Scotland has a lot of them, like, you know. But
he was definitely.
And then
you know what, I think I don't know what brother father. I think Mr. John Beaton had an alright game today.
He did, didn't he?
I'll give him credit. We're not talking about decisions.
Although I do think he should have booked Fernandes for that tackle on the edge of the box. I guess.
Again, but no one's going to be greeting about that, you know.
No, well, Scotty Arfield was greeting a wee bit. Then they add on 5 minutes, and then we hear, oh, they're adding on an extra minute. And see, when I hear that, it's like PTSD.
Aye, because the new Celtic were on the attack.
What's this? 5 minutes, but you're adding on an extra minute? I'm thinking, what's this fucking play?
Well, that's the only positive I can take.
Play till Celtic score.
I mean, Celtic didn't win because see if they did, I don't even want to think it. Honestly, man, I would be broken. I mean, I'm already broken, but. In terms of the game, I mean, Rangers, I think the league's over, personally. I mean, it's not over till it's over.
I mean, it's not over, but I think Rangers are...
we don't have the... No, I said this in my feed. We don't have the mentality. Celtic don't have the quality, and I think Hearts have got both, and I think Motherwell's got both. Well, I think Motherwell have got the quality. They're showing that. You can question their mentality when we get closer to the split, but... Rangers have spent money, right? And the players in the summer that were shite are like the likes of Mikey Moore, Fernandes, and guys like that. They've come on leaps and bounds.
I think Mikey Moore's improved a hell of a lot. I remember at the start of the season, I was thinking, why they play Mikey Moore ahead of Finlay Curtis? Why not play your own player? Why not play the Scottish guy?
Yeah.
But I think Mikey Moore has improved a hell of a lot since then. But I mean, either way, it was an interesting game of football. I enjoyed it. I mean, I predicted 2-2. I wanted the draw. I think that A draw was obviously the best result for Hearts. I believe a Rangers win was the second best result for Hearts. I think a Celtic victory would have been the worst result for Hearts, considering they are the team closest and most capable of challenging Hearts and the biggest threat. And I do believe that...
But no Celtic fans need to remember, right, and Rangers as well, what makes the draw so fucking bad is there's 2 points dropped against Hearts and Motherwell. Celtic, even if they beat Aberdeen, are 5 points behind Hearts. That's a big ass gap. It is. People were talking about how big an 8-point gap was in October. You're looking at a 5-point gap in March.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And Motherwell are the formed team. Motherwell conceded 6 goals in 20 games. Defences win league titles. These two teams look like they're shitting goals every game. The proof's in the pudding today. In other games, honestly, like I said in my review, Rangers have got a better chance of finishing fourth than they do winning the league, and I'd go the same for Celtic.
Well, I'd agree with that. For the simple fact is they're closer to Motherwell than they're to Hearts.
Yeah.
And I think Motherwell are playing better. Motherwell, for me, are playing better than Rangers and Celtic are playing better than Hearts. You could make an argument that Celtic and Rangers right now aren't even playing better than Hearts, but we know for a fact that Motherwell are playing better than the Old Firm. So therefore, that would mean Motherwell are more likely to catch. Not only are Motherwell playing better than the Old Firm, but they've also got a shorter gap to the Old Firm than the Old Firm have to Hearts. So, yeah, I mean, when you look at it, simplicity, that would suggest
Put it this way, I honestly, see the next time Rangers, Celtic or Motherwell drop points and Hearts win, it's done. It's fucking done. It's over. See if Celtic draw against Aberdeen, they're out of it. I think 7 points is fucking...
I disagree, because Hearts have to play Motherwell.
Honestly, I know they have to play Motherwell, but...
I think I don't think you're taking into account how many points can be lost in this split. Hearts have got Motherwell twice and Celtic and Rangers to play. Now, listen, I don't want this, and I don't think it's the case, but there is no guarantee that Hearts don't lose all 4 games.
No, there's not.
That could be 12 points dropped.
Well, that's what Martin O'Neill...
And they've got the Edinburgh Derby against Hibernian.
That's what Martin O'Neill said. Good result for Hearts. If you were in Hearts' position, a draw is a very good result. Motherwell are far from out of it themselves. Just a tribute to the supporters. They kept us going in the second half, kept us going during the game. I'm sure they were disappointed with the first half, but hopefully they're elated by what they saw in the second half. So O'Neill definitely leaning towards it's better for Hearts than us, which is of course the case. I think it would be very easy though for Martin O'Neill, who's may as well talk about the handbags at full time. Julian Arezzo, that bastard, obviously said something, because he had the Rangers players riled up. Then
He's got you riled up.
I was ready for him. But I mean, Martin O'Neill was ready for the Rangers team. No, I think the proof was in the put. You always see Rangers have signed big players, right, over 6 foot. You can clearly see they were fucking towering over the Celtic players here at the end.
And then Martin O'Neill came on and put them in their place.
I did. Simmer framed to the fucking side of the skull of Romans. Grabbing Sinisola's fucking bib. Ross doing on the pitch. It's like, who the fuck's that guy? Where's he been hiding all season?
What do you make a Cranford when getting brought on? Talking about big guys.
What, James Tavernier?
No, I mean 100%.
Need a goal with 5 minutes to go. I'd have ran the risk.
Wouldn't even have been against Tavernier playing up front, would you?
No, I'd have brought...
Probably more likely to score than
See
Miloski.
when we brought on Diamonde, right, for Nadiri, I'd have rather brought on Tav.
I think, see when that's...
Even if we were 2-1 up.
How does Miloski feel sitting on the bench and not even getting... See when that penalty goes in? Do you not think Miloski must be thinking, hold on, why am I not even getting 5 minutes here to come on and try and win the game?
No. Shite.
Every week that passes by, I'm just beginning to think that Miloski's going to be a dud at Rangers.
I can't find anything with that. He says Danny Rowell says the feeling is more disappointment, is what Danny Rowell says.
Danny Rowell can't be... You can't find Danny Rowell. Danny Rowell went into hiding.
I seen a lot of comments in my chat, and I'm going to reiterate them.
Danny Rowell it?
I think if we... I mean, is it harsh to say... you know what? It's no harsh. If we don't win the league, change the manager in the summer.
What?
Aye. No, he's been backed. He's got his back into a title fight. Do something with it.
Well, see, that's the worst thing that could have happened to the guy, I think, getting you back. See if Danny Rowell was just consistent and Rangers finished third, but they closed the gap a little bit, but they were never really in with a chance to win the title. I think that no one would really be criticising him.
But
I think that Danny Rowe is a victim of his own success because he's picked up that many points domestically and been unbeaten with Rangers since he came in. Well, I mean, he lost his first game to Hearts, didn't he? But I mean, apart from that, I think he is a victim of his own success and the fact that he's done so well to get Rangers into a title. I mean, you could almost argue the same a wee bit with Clement in his first season.
Maybe
that he did that well to get Rangers in front of Celtic.
But know what it is? So he can't. It appears he can't do well for 90 minutes. It's like against Celtic today, 45 minutes brilliant, then shits it. Shat it against Motherwell with subs. Shat it against Hibs. It's these big crunch games. I said it going into the game at Parkhead. This guy hasn't won a big game. He won that, right? But the question marks surrounding this. Well, it's Nancy, isn't it? Right? Beat Hearts 4-2. That's a big game he won. But Easter Road's a big game. Fir Park was a big game. The Levy was a big game. Every game's a big game. And I'm losing faith that this guy can get it done. We've dropped points in 4 of our last 6 league games. That's fucking shocking. That's Russell Martin pit level of shite.
No good. No good.
It's no good.
Anyway, guys, we'll give a rating on Danny Rowe later on.
We will, but again, what's great about this? Get the date next week. End.
Yeah, also, big shout out to David.
David who?
I don't know, the guy for Wales. It's St. David Day. I just thought I'd give him a shout out.
Fuck off, man.
What?
Give Dave a shout out for Wales.
What?
St. David. It's fucking St. Anger for me. I'm fucking fuming.
St. Anger. Rope around my neck.
Aye, literally.
So hold on, you want me...
St. David, get that pish in the bin.
You want me to retract that?
Aye, fuck him.
Right then, sorry, St. David. Not allowed to pay you tribute on this channel.
You're dragging and whatever they eat sheep up your arse.
Alright, I thought I would pay tribute to a Welsh legend. Would you rather pay tribute to John Hartson or something?
Definitely not. Like.
There you go. Anyway, guys, there you go.
He knows what day it is.
It's the Old Firm day.
He doesn't normally know what day it is. Or the other days of the week either.
Anyway, guys, that's it for Fog Football on St David's Day. It has finished. Rangers 2, Celtic 2. Forget about St David. It's going to be St Fog Day. There's going to be a lot of fallout. We've got the player ratings. We're going to have both sets of fans react, and I'm sure we'll have the SBFL review show out as well. And over the next couple of days, probably on Monday, we'll do a reaction to the updated title odds. And of course, we'll put up a new poll in the community section. And that poll will be who will win the league. And we will be including Motherwell because they are legitimately in this fight. Anyway, that's going to do it. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you want to join and become a channel member, then you can do so. If you were a channel member today, you would have been lucky enough to hear my 2-2 prediction. You probably could have went and bet money on that because you know what? People will charge you money for bet predictions, tips, and they're fucking shite. You can get my tips for $4.99 a month. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. 2-2. Heard it here first.
Jambo Bear right again.
Right. Anyway, Hearts are going to win the league. What's your final prediction? Quickly, league table, top 4. What you going? I'm thinking. I mean, Motherwell second's a cool action scene, but the reality is they'll finish 4th, isn't it?
I'm going. Honestly,
I would love to see Hearts and Motherwell 1st and 2nd, but
I'm going.
Wait, right.
I'm going Hearts Motherwell.
I'm leaning towards Celtic. Like.
Fuck, I'll go Rangers 3rd, and then Celtic 4th.
So you're going Hearts, Motherwell, Rangers, Celtic. I'm going Hearts, Motherwell, Celtic, Rangers.
Aye.
All right.
Either or, right? I want to finish above Celtic, but see when you're finishing 3rd or 4th, I'm fucking depressed about it. Finishing
above them only really matters when it's 1st and 2nd. See when it's 3rd and 4th. Who cares?
Yeah, it's like, give me 4th in the Scottish Cup over 3rd in the Scottish Cup, you know what I mean?
See, you think about it. See with Celtic and Rangers.
This is so unique, I don't know what to feel.
Especially because there's no 2nd place Champions League next season. The only position probably bigger fighting over 1st and 2nd is 12th and 11th.
Aye.
And as bad as they've been at times this season, I don't think they'll ever be down there. That truly would be a memorable season for Scottish football if you've seen the Old Firm battling in those positions. Anyway, guys, that's it. From Fog Football, from St David, from the Old Firm, from Ibrox, peace out. Normally it is the best team that wins, but today it was the lesser of two dog-meat sides that came out on top in the Old Firm derby. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It finished after 120 minutes. Rangers 0, Celtic 0. I believe there was only one shot on target the entire 120 minutes, but don't worry, because when it came to the penalty shootout, Rangers kept that consistency going. Two of their shots not finding the target, Celtic scoring with all four of their penalties taken, and in the end they managed to somehow scrape their way through into the semi-final. But you look at these two teams, you can see why none of them are sitting top of the Scottish Premiership. You can see why both sets of fans have not been happy with the season so far. For Rangers, though, it looks like it's going to get worse. It looks like their season could be over. If somebody says to me today that the boys have ended the bells this season, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you can't really argue it now. Out of the Scottish Cup, the League Cup was decided in December. Not only are they behind Celtic in the league, but they're 6 points behind Hearts. It's not looking good for Rangers. Recent form's poor. Can barely win an away game. You know, they're drawing too many matches. You felt like this was a massive game for Rangers today, especially after, you know, dropping 2 points last week after conceding a 2-goal lead, and they just couldn't do it. They had more possession, but they just weren't good enough. The quality wasn't there. It was a poor game. I mean, there was... you had a lot of... both sets of fans were there, I get it, and there was intensity, and... I mean, it was kind of a good game, but with no quality. It was weird to explain. It was a fun game, but the standard was really shit. And in the end, I think Rangers have only themselves to blame. They weren't good enough over 120 minutes, and you know what? They were probably slightly better than Celtic, but I don't think being slightly better than a team that was shite, especially with all the injuries and missing players that Celtic have got, that's not good enough. That doesn't warrant you getting into the next round.
I don't care who was better. I care about who won, and we didn't win, and that's the facts. And I tell you this, right? I've got a lot to say, so where do we begin? Danny Rule. See if he doesn't win the league, gotta get rid of him.
What?
Gotta get rid of him. And for me, I know people are going to say, well, he's not going to win the league. I think honestly, I don't see the point of sacking him now. I don't. Right now, I don't. But at the end of the season, yes. Give him to the end of the season for me. But he has showed signs over this last, like you touched on in the chaotic pitch invasion aftermath reaction, whatever you want to call it. Danny Rowe, ever since that Hibs game, it's been a disaster. Drawn too many games. And another thing, so that's what I would do. I would give him to the end of the season, and if we haven't won the league, which I don't think we will, get rid of him. Because I cannot sit here in September, October, sack another manager. I can't do it. I can't do it, and we shouldn't have to do it. Another thing, right? This game, this could not have been any better for us. 2, Celtic, right? 4 games, last 4 games, all away from home. Stuttgart, Ibrox, Aberdeen, Ibrox, right? And somehow we've come out of that worse than them. We had an opportunity to kill their season. You know we've ended up killing? Our own season. Those stats are pretty mental.
Right, I said that there was only one shot on target, and I must have missed a bunch of Rangers shots in extra time, but I just want to go over the stats one more time here, because I got them wrong. But according...
You're not right.
I mean...
Can he be? Celtic didn't have one fucking shot.
In terms of non-block shots, I think it may have just been the one, to be fair. Listen, according to BBC Sport, Rangers had 24 shots to Celtic's 1, and they had 6 on target to Celtic's 0.
Right, well, let me get back to my point, because the shots are irrelevant. So
No, what do you mean? That is bogging. How can you lose to a team that had one shot?
Because we don't have the fucking mentality. We're pathetic, and a lot of people have got to go, right? So, yeah, they've had a tough week. A tough couple of weeks in terms of fixtures and injuries, right? McGregor, Tierney dropping out. Look at the state of their back four. Ben Arthur, you know, it's either that guy who used to play for Newcastle or the TV show Arthur.
Every day and they're walking down the street,
right?
Everybody that
next
you meet,
Scales and Trusty
and get along with each other. Hey,
Arezzo, fucking hate him.
Rangers and Celtic fans weren't getting along with each other today, were they?
They weren't. They definitely weren't. Right, but point is, Rangers at home against Celtic.
two games in a row within a week with Celtic having to play during the midweeks. Well, we didn't, and we still dropped the ball, right? They get injuries before the game. Danny Rule literally said on Friday or Thursday, Rangers don't have one single injury. Everyone's back. Cornelius, Barron are back, right? We don't have any injuries. They've got it's not just Tierney and McGregor. They've got Carter Vickers, Alistair Johnson have been out, right? Other people, Engels is out, etc., etc., etc.
Well, half the players in the blue shirt today played like they had injuries.
We had the opportunity to kill their season. We end up killing our own season, and then even things as simple as the penalty shootout, we get to go first, and we get it at our end, and we still fuck it up. Mentality losers. James Tavernier should never play for Rangers again. Oh, but Stevie, when he whipped it into Shermitty, if Shermitty scores that, Ev, that's the key word surrounding James Tavernier's Rangers career. Oh, what if he played in the 90s? What if he played in this team? What if he had better play? He hasn't, man. It can't be what ifs. It has to deal with absolutes.
What if?
And he's fucking shite.
What if Aaron Ramsey wasn't a failure?
Yeah, what way can we spin it? I mean, you could spin it about anybody. See Tavernier, I can hold my hands up and say, see if he was in better teams, he would have won the trophies with them, but he hasn't.
What if Russell Martin's curtains were designer?
If you're looking at a player here today that properly fucked this game for us, I am going to go with Tav, because the first penalty sets the tone, and he shat it. He ballooned it against the crossbar. And he was shite when he came on. Immediately, just get players running in behind him. It's like, you're just on. Where's your fitness?
I remember last week, going into the league game, there was a lot of Rangers fans confident. I seen a few videos for the rabble. A lot of people saying that Rangers are going to end their season. Rangers are going to essentially, take them into consideration for the league, and they're going to knock them at the cup. And I remember thinking, and I've actually predicted Celtic to win both of these games, so I'm no changing my tune here. I know they didn't win last week, but I actually predicted Celtic to win both matches. Well, actually, no, wait, I went with a draw last week. I got it right. I went with 2-2 last week, and I went with a Celtic win the day, even though it technically was a draw. Celtic go through. But just going into these two games, I never quite understood where Rangers fans were getting their confidence from. I never really understood where Rangers fans were getting this belief that they are so good and that they are so superior and that they were going to handle Celtic with ease. I just didn't see it happening.
Last week I did predict 3-0, right? And you know what? The first half was good and it was looking well on course. But see, this week, no, I predicted a penalty shootout and Rangers to win. So I was close but no cigar. I'm actually depressed. I'm broken because at what point do Rangers actually beat Celtic in a game that matters? It's one thing beating Wilfred Nancy, right? When they're absolutely rotten.
Everyone was beating them.
Exactly. The only two teams that didn't were Aberdeen and Livy.
The worst team in the Scottish Premiership and the worst team in the country.
And they're two teams filled with windy lickers. Let's call a spade a spade. It's insane. I can't sit here and. Honestly, and by the way, 45 minutes in that game, Celtic battered us. Not
the game of the day. About
the Nancy game.
They did. First half.
For me, Rule has shat it. The players have shat it. They backed him in January. We've got a full squad, no injuries. Everyone's training. Celtic have got loads of injuries. We don't deserve to win anything. It's all over, and. Yeah.
All I've heard though was Rangers were going to end Celtic's season, and in the space of 7 days, I would argue that Celtic have more or less. Yeah, I know Rangers. I know that last week was a draw, and people were going to say, well, that it was the same result for both, but. It felt like a better result for Celtic because they came back for a 2-0 deficit.
It pains me to say it, but Celtic are just mentality monsters. They find a way to win. They find a way to get through. They find a way to fucking screw you. I mean, they just get over the line. Rangers.
And you know what? Would you be surprised if they went on and won the league? I wouldn't. I'm praying that they don't. I'm praying that Hearts hold on. But I mean, people are saying it's over. People are saying Hearts have got it in the bag. I'm just not seeing it. The split. There's so many points to be gained in there. Hearts have to play Motherwell before the split as well. I think that if Celtic can turn things around and go on a good run, I can easily see a scenario where they win the league.
But no, it's crazy. This game for me, I think the league's over as well for Rangers. I mean, we're a point behind Celtic. We're not talking mammoth gaps here, but I think it's done. Rangers' season's over.
But say Rangers were in the position they are in the league right now a month ago, I think you'd be saying, "Oh, Rangers are going to go on and do it."
Yeah.
But since then, the momentum's been killed. You've got the Hibs game; they were bogging 0-0 draw. You're thinking, "All right, it's not the worst place to draw a game. Easter Road, a point, you'll take it." 1-0 up against 10-men Motherwell, led for the majority of the game, and then you had Mr. Welsh getting the equaliser, another 2 points dropped there. Then the Livy game. Couldn't get over the line, and I get it. Livy didn't. It was late on. Livy got a man. Well, it wasn't really that late on. It was about half an hour to go. Drew against Livy, another 2 points gone, and you're thinking, "Oh, but Rangers are great at home. It's only away from home." And then they're 2-0 up at home against Celtic, and they somehow find a way to throw those points away as well. So, I mean, the draw against Hibs, they're shite. They came back against Livy, but they should be winning that game. And then they've conceded 4 points against Celtic and Motherwell when they were up and just had a big advantage in both of those games. It's not been good enough. And Rangers, I think they're going backwards now. They are going backwards. A month ago, they were on the ascendancy, but now they are on the decline. And I predicted. We gave our predictions like a week ago, the finishing order, and I went with Rangers 4th. And I know that Motherwell lost against Dundee yesterday, but the gap between Motherwell and Rangers is still only 4 points, and I wouldn't rule out Rangers finishing 4th.
No. Well, yeah,
I'd say it's more likely for me that Motherwell finish ahead of Rangers than Rangers finish ahead of Hearts.
Well, I'm pretty sure the winners of this cup gets Europa League football. So forget about the fact you could have went through to. I mean, winning the cup's one thing. But if you finish 4th, then at least if you finished in 4th, you're going into like the first qualifying round of the Conference League. What the fuck's that about? I mean, honestly, it's all right saying Danny rule this, sack him. Right, say you keep him or you sack him, you bring someone else in. The 49ers simply cannot spend the money that they've spent because they won't have the backing of the European football. There's no guarantee. There won't even be guarantee a Conference League.
He's done well to come back and get Rangers in a good position. Accept that, absolutely. But look at January, right? Yes, you give him credit, but see, once he catches up, the beginning of the season is kind of irrelevant. That's kind of gone.
Yes.
It's a bit like Philippe Clement. He came in and he did really well to catch up and go in front. But once he's 4 points in front of Celtic, he ended up finishing further behind than when he came in. So even though he did really well to get in front, there was a massive drop-off. And Russell Martins did really well to claw Rangers back into a title fight. But at this point, would you be surprised if Rangers finished the season... I wouldn't be surprised if Rangers finished the season double digits behind the league leaders. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a drop-off.
It's going off the rails, but again, it's all we've got left.
And you look at January, Rangers spent the most amount of money, and by far. I wasn't happy with the business Hearts done. I know that the Celtic fans were absolutely fuming with the business their club done, and it was Rangers that brought in all the big names, and it was Rangers that you expected to kick on, and it was Rangers that Mr. Hugh Evans says that they would win the league comfortably. They'd win the league with change to spare. They'd win the league by at least 6 points. This Rangers team ain't winning the league by 6 points.
No, it's not.
This Rangers team will be lucky to be within 6 points of the league winners. And before we get into the game, two things I want to mention here. I just want to go over the shots one more time. Celtic had, and I'm seeing this across the board because I did a bet on Bet365 and that's claiming one shot as well. One shot Celtic had in 120 minutes to Rangers' 24. Now, some people are going to say, but this shot, that shot, if it's blocked or if it's like given offside or whatever, then it doesn't count.
Yeah.
This one shot to Rangers' 24.
See, it doesn't matter though.
No, but we
know they're shite. The Celtic are shite. They'll admit it themselves, but they won. We're shite as well.
But that's bogging. You've lost to a team that had one shot and. No, see,
but if we were good, we'd win. We were not good, we're shite.
Yeah, but you look at these stats, right? 24 shots to Celtic's 1. See if this was prime Barcelona versus any team in Scotland, the worst team, you'd look at that and go, that's embarrassing. You would.
Yeah, but you're making too much of this. Who gives a fuck?
No, I think one shot is utterly disgraceful.
But they went through. Trade our 24 shots for one if it means we go through.
They're not a good side. They are not a good side.
I know they're not, but they know how to do it. They've got the mentality. That Rangers are pathetic. Honestly, no. Let's face facts. It's been years now. It's not just been a couple of years. It has been years, and you can say what you want about the COVID season. Maybe the fact there was no fans. Maybe that is genuine factual information.
Do you think the balaclavas put the Rangers players on? I think it scares them.
I mean, maybe, but at the end of the day, folks, right? I mean, we could sit and talk about the game. I don't want to talk about the game. The game was shit. It was. You said it best. They're playing like two teams that are allowing Hearts. There's a reason Hearts are. Well, I can't even speak.
There's a reason why Hearts are top of the league because both these teams are shite. That's it. See when you look at these teams play. I mean, Celtic got one shot in the fucking hole. See when you look at these teams play, and then you look at league table and they're second and third. Normally, you see Celtic in second and third, and you're thinking, "What the hell's happened here? This is insane. How are they not first and second?" But see when you look at these two teams play, you can actually go, you know what, I can see how there's someone better than them. I can see why they're not running away at the top of the table. Because they're two bad sides.
It's all good.
They are two bad sides.
You're talking about shots, right? How many shots did Rangers have that should have went in? Schmidt should have scored. Fernandes had a header that was cleared by De Giga. Off the line, pretty much, for going in.
Well, Schmidt.
That's all I remember in terms of clear cut, boom, you should score.
Schmidt's not good enough.
No, he can score wonder goals. But
he's got a good record against the top two, but I mean,
he got played in down the left hand side, and it was going out for a throw in. But Dane Murray blocked it, and it made it look better than what it was.
Nothing's changed. Schmidt is shite. We know this, right, guys? For every 10 likes this video gets, we're going to dish out some channel membership. So if it gets 10 likes, we dish out one membership. When it gets to 20, we dish out another. When it gets to 40, we dish out. So you know the score. So if you want to give me a chance of getting a free membership, then all you got to do is like the video, and every time it gets 10 likes, we will dish out a channel membership for you guys. So yeah, that wrapped up. Now we can get into the game. Now there has been some comments from Martin O'Neill. Do you want to address them first, or do you want to talk about the game first and then go to the Martin O'Neill comments?
What's there to talk about in the game though? Nah, fuck all happened.
We could talk about Celtic's one shot, couldn't we? Like,
who was it?
I can't remember. Honestly, cannot remember.
Could have been a fan at the end.
I mean, yeah.
There was more flares on target than shots.
I think it came in the first half. Because I remember checking my bet, and I think they had it in the first half. Right, well, let's talk about we'll talk about the big incidents, right? Because, like you said, let's be honest, the quality of this game was shit. I mean, it really was. It was an interesting game because of the tempo and because of the atmosphere.
In the end.
And you see, to be fair, you did have players going in for tackles. There was quite a few yellow cards. You did have players that were lunging in. And I think in that element, it did feel like a classic Old Firm game. It kind of did. I think there was some, decent challenges and stuff like that. But in terms of the quality, I mean, I've seen a lot of Old Firm games where you've got, like, fucking great players on each side. Like half a dozen great players on each side. Today, there was no great players in any team.
You look at both these teams, where's the great players?
No,
I mean, it isn't me just saying it.
Well, that's why they're not top of the table.
But see Mikey Moore, I think he's the only guy on that pitch that looks like he's got something about him, but the guy's 18. There's a reason why he's been labelled as a wonder kid. He can legitimately skin 3 or 4 people, but he's nowhere near the finished article. Where's this Skavulson guy that's coming in with double-digit goals?
Never a Rangers player, and never a £9 million or whatever it is they want for him. Right, first 20 minutes, I thought it was all Rangers.
And also, see that Mafuka guy? Did he win his contract in a cereal box? He was rotten.
I mean, he's probably better than Balakisha, and that sums up how bad that guy is.
Aye.
Who, by the way, we've not seen in months.
Yeah.
I mean, someone needs to plant his face on the side of a milk carton because that guy's gone. He's away. Right. First 20 minutes, it was all Rangers. I wouldn't say they really cared that much, but it was all Rangers.
Yep.
The next 20 minutes, Celtic came into the game a bit more. I thought it was a bit even. You could see Celtic were beginning to just get a bit more possession, hold on to the ball a bit more, actually string a couple of passes together, because for the first 20 minutes they couldn't do that. Then they got a goal, I believe it was around the 37 minute, it's Maida. Where I don't know if you want to call it a diving header. I think it's more like a falling to the ground and connecting your head on it. Not really. It was like a falling header rather than a diving header. But either way, he puts it in the back of the net. Some people are saying that maybe Butland should have did better, but I mean, you can say that or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I think Butland gets something on it, but it hits off the post and sneaks in. I thought it was a perfectly good goal. We go to VAR. We look at it. And we still can't see anything. We still can't see anything wrong with this, to be honest.
But see the actual angle they showed with Scales. He looks clearly off, but it's like I don't.
Well,
is he off?
Well,
it doesn't even matter. Like,
I mean, so we couldn't see anything. The commentator says that they've gave it for Liam Scales being in an offside position. I'm sitting there flabbergasted because I think Celtic right here have scored a perfectly good goal, but then they show us another replay. And Scales, to be fair, he is offside. His back leg, his heel, his trailing heel or whatever, it's offside. They draw two lines. I thought the distance that they drew in the lines was insane. I don't think he was offside by that much. I think he was offside, but the lines would suggest he was offside by miles. And I personally didn't see it that way.
I think you can just add it to...
I think the lines are full of shit.
The heap of shite lines.
I think people are saying, what is it? Oh, no, the lines are the digital lines. They can't be wrong. I think they are. I'm not saying they're getting... I wouldn't necessarily say they're getting decisions wrong, but I think the distance that we're seeing with the lines it doesn't represent what we're actually... the distance on the field. I don't think that's the case. I don't know if the scale of the lines is mixed up or whatever, messed up. Scale, get it? Scale, man, pun intended. But no, I think
that was brilliant, that, wasn't it?
And then they're on about, but the lines weren't drawn. No, but I think that's bullshit, right? Do you remember that game? Was it Everton Liverpool? Remember the 3-3 game? And Liverpool scored to make it 4-3, and they gave it offside. And like you literally, it was like a tobacco rolling paper between them. But they still put two lines on the pitch that day.
Aye.
But now Gordon Duncan is saying that, well, if the lines overlap, they only use one line. But here, see if you're using a thicker line, then there's more chance of the lines overlapping.
No, but it's bullshit. Cause see that one line pish. Look at Nygren's goal against Aberdeen. They said they only used one because it overlapped. Look, but look how much he's played on by. Allegedly. It looked fucking massive.
Yeah, but I mean, it depends on how big. It depends on how thick the lines are. If the lines are thicker, then there's more chance of them overlapping.
The lines should be as thin as humanly possible.
What I want to know, are the lines the same? Are they like the same like diameter every time? Are they the same length? Like, what are the lines? Are the lines drawn on? Is it 1 centimetre lines? Is it a 1 inch line? I think we need to know. Because the thicker the line is, the more the chance the line will overlap. And people are going to say you're absolutely clutching at fucking straws, but I'm not. I'm talking in general here.
Let's move on, because he didn't get given.
I thought it was a perfectly good goal, but then the line suggested that Scales was offside by 10 miles, and he looked offside. I accept that, but I don't think he was offside by the amount that the line is suggesting. But Scales should have done better, because there's just no need for him to be offside. But he got the flick on to Maida. Maida scored it. Maida was onside, but Scales wasn't. So, I mean, that's on Scales. We then get only 1 minute of added on time, which is strange, because I thought the VAR decision took at least 1 minute. So, again, it's a bit strange. But then again, we did see at the end of the game, there was only 3 minutes added on time. Funny how there wasn't 6 and 7 minutes added on the day. That's all I'll say about that. We get into the second half, and honestly, from a Celtic standpoint, nothing happened. They made some substitutes. They brought on Charamfara. They brought on Oxlade-Chamberlain, but neither guy really had any impact.
Honestly, I think Celtic will claim their subs that scored the penalties were fantastic, but I think, see, apart from Chirwani, I think every single substitution was fucking wank.
Yeah, Rangers brought him on at half time. Then I mean,
maybe Dane Murray, but I think apart from, I tell you what, see John Suter, see that 1 year contract extension we gave him, find the receipt. No. How bad was he?
Well, I mean, can we not address him when we get into extra time? Because that's when he was brought on.
I think player ratings. He came on the 105th minute. What's in the middle? That's what I'm giving him.
I tell you what, he wasn't on the field long, but he made Rangers look hella vulnerable.
He was Celtic's most creative player.
Yeah, well, that's no lie. Right, so they brought on Chikawani at half time, and then later on, towards the end, they brought on Gazima, they brought on Barami. Shermite had a... Was it? I can't even remember if that chance was... Shermite had a...
That was extra time.
What? Well, either way, not a lot happened. Not a lot happened in the second half. It was a bad game of football. There was tackles going at... I mean, Rangers did have a couple of opportunities, like where the ball was blocked. I mean, I think Rangers' own player blocked one from going in.
Rangers scored with Fernandes, and I just don't...
Who blocked the goal, though?
Did you get...
Right,
right, maybe...
Double hand... I mean, he used more hands to score this goal than Schmeichel has used all season, yet he runs off celebrating to the crowd. And it's like... Why are you doing that? You're just making yourself look like a fucking idiot, because you must know this goal's going to get disallowed.
See the first one?
He's controlled it with his hand and then used his other hand to punch it into the back of the net.
I think it still would have got disallowed, right, with the first contact, but I do think it's not as clear cut because he's heading it onto his hand, but it's kind of like scales his back or whatever. The second one, you've literally punched it into the back of the net and he's running off, giving it to the Celtic fans. I mean, what an idiot. I'm not saying he shouldn't celebrate to some level of degree because you've scored and you never know. But maybe I'm just being a greeting-faced bastard. I don't know. I think he should honestly... No, he should have done. He should have just put the ball down for Sinisolo to take the free kick.
Nah.
See, getting my hopes up for 5 seconds. That was 5 seconds too many.
Right, then we get 3 minutes added on time. Already discussed this. I don't know. Yeah, 3 minutes, not the 6-7 that we're used to. Then
6-2.
As soon as it hit 3 minutes, the referee blows the whistle. Martin O'Neill no happy. Martin O'Neill thought the Celtic, they had a throw in. Martin O'Neill wanted his team to be able to take the throw in.
I'd love to see Martin O'Neill get a decision go against him if he's this angry about this.
So he came out onto the sideline, he was complaining, thinking, we should have had the opportunity to take that or whatever, but they blew straight on the 93rd minute. We then go into extra time. That's when John Souttar comes on. I mean, that's when Rangers start looking dodgy at the back.
What's this?
I mean, to be fair, John Souttar did get one good block, I think, from was it Dyson Maida who got the cross in? I think John Souttar.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Souttar's awful.
I'm trying to give him a bit of credit here.
One good block out of 7, and the other 6, and you gave away goals. Guy shouldn't be going to the World Cup, and he belongs in the Scottish Championship. He's fucking a wank.
Well, maybe he gets a transfer to Aberdeen. He'll be in the Scottish Championship next year.
No. See, when you actually break it down, the guy played 15... that was funny, right? But see, the guy played 15 minutes against a Celtic team that mustered one shot, wasn't even on target, and he made as many mistakes as Maldini probably made in fucking 25 years. No, I think that's impressive. No, I'm actually going to go out on a limb. I would have made less mistakes than him.
We also got Tavernier come on as well. Who had, I think he had like 1 or 2 decent deliveries. He had that good ball into Shermite who wasted it.
Yeah, should have scored it, but here he didn't. And Tav is another what-if fucking loser.
Yeah, Magoma came on. There was a couple of poor deliveries from Raskin multiple times.
See this last review last week. Oh, I can't believe he didn't bring Barami on. Oh, he brought him on the day. What was he? Fucking shite.
Yeah.
But no, Barami's wank, man. You look at that substitution bench. I'm not saying, right, it's blessed with great options, but I would much rather Bojan Miovski come on for one of the strikers who are... But see O'Neill, he changed like the attacking line, and he also changed like the wide positions. Danny Rule kept the 2 same guys up front. And I like those 2, but... Well, to a degree.
It's like for like with Danny Rule. Right. It's just like for like. Martin O'Neill will switch players and rotate them and then move players from maybe central like he did with Maida to the left. But with Danny Rowe, it's literally a like for like switch.
But see Danny Rowe and these players, the guys that missed the penalties, they're actually lucky to a degree there was drama after the game because it's almost like that's been forgotten.
Overshadowed it. Yeah, but again, it's like Bojan Miovski. He must be sitting there thinking, hold on here, none of these Rangers players can hit a barn door. So why the fuck am I sitting on the bench with my jacket on?
Yeah,
I think Miovski's Rangers career's done. I mean, that's 2 Old Firm games in a row now where he sat there and not got 1 minute.
I'd love to know.
Not got a single minute.
I'd love to know why Gazima was taking a penalty. 4th. But anyway,
well, his contribution was shite when he came on. Right, then we get to the end of extra time. I mean, a horrible game of football. Rangers get the 2 coin tosses in their favour. They get the shootout down their end, and they get to go first, which is a big advantage in football. Penalties.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man.
Or at least it's supposed to be.
All the injuries in our favour. The fact they've played more games in our favour. The fact we've played them twice at home back to back in our favour.
Age of the manager in your favour.
Yes. I mean, let's just every little minute detail or big detail is in our favour.
Balaclava count in your favour.
Yes. And we shat it. We absolutely Tav steps up, and it just sums up his Rangers career, man.
Normally he's good for the penalty spot.
Yeah, I'm not going to say if Tav scores this, we win it, because our penalties were equally as shite after it, even the ones that were scored.
Yeah, I mean, Sinisalo really should do better with the 2
do you not think, though, the first penalty sets the tone? See if
it does.
Tav scores his, and I think it was Scales that took the first Celtic one. See if he balloons his and Tav scores his, Rangers probably win. It's all about setting the tone, this shit. And Tav rattling off the crossbars only set 1 tone, and it was shite.
See, when Tav misses the first penalty, I mean, you're basically giving... No, it wasn't Scales, it was Oxlade. You're basically giving Chamberlain a free hit.
Yeah.
No, that's what you're doing. See if you miss the first one, you're basically saying to the guy that's up next here, no pressure, mate. It's a free shot. And all Celtic's penalties were pretty good. And all Rangers' penalties, I think, were pretty poor. I know 2 of them went in, but I think Sinisalo should have saved both of them. It was Barami and... Who's the other guy that scored?
Nadiri. It's just, no, and then Gazma, one of the worst penalties you'll ever see. It's just pathetic, this Rangers team, and it has been for years. I mean, earlier this season, we have a chance to win, get through to a final ourselves, don't do it. And then I'm sitting there having to cheer on St Mirren against Celtic, and now, in the semis, I'm going to have to cheer on Dunfermline. Or I'm going to have to cheer on Falkirk to knock out Celtic, because my own fucking team dropped the ball yet again. Half the season was sitting hoping Hearts could fucking mount something. Then I get a bit of hope, and now I'm back to Hearts, because let's face it, we're fucking shite. We can't do anything.
It's just a shame that Nancy wasn't kept in charge for another 6 weeks. Honestly, I think another month, another couple of weeks even, could have ruined their season.
Yeah.
They made the right decision, pulling the trigger on Nancy when they did.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, 3 or 4 more games in charge with Nancy would have finished this Celtic team.
Absolutely right.
I mean, but again, look at them against Dundee. Very lucky to still be in the cup.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. It's funny though, because I remember making the video, the draw reaction. I was like, well, we'll beat them. Don't worry. Come back to bite me in the arse. I said clip it. I wonder if it has been clipped. But yeah, Rangers are shite. We go out. It's just, you know, man. I just feel, see the way this game was going. The fact Celtic were shite and we weren't doing much about it.
You could see them win it, couldn't you? Like,
this is just no, but put it in perspective, right? Say this game's at Parkhead. We're the ones with all the injuries. They've got no injuries, and like you've got the coin tosses going their way. They win. And also, they don't need penalties. They probably win about fucking 7-0. We're shite.
Yeah, you do feel like if it was a full strength Celtic team and Rangers got a shitload of injuries, I mean, I would be heavily.
There's no excuses.
And at Celtic Park,
there's absolutely no excuses for Rangers not winning this game of football today. Like, Celtic are decimated with injuries. You're at home, and they could not have played worse. See Celtic's performance today. It was pretty much as bad as it was in the first half last week.
Yeah. Then after the game, of course, we get all the balaclavas, all the burkers, all the Neds running onto the pitch invasion both sides. I think some Celtic guy maybe got assaulted. Some assistant or something, or some trainer.
I think it was maybe, I don't know if Celtic have a set piece coach, but he's one of the coaching staff.
One of the coaching staff.
I don't know who it was.
And then Karanfra goes over to try and sort that out. I mean, he's a bit of a big boy. Wouldn't mess with him. We see some Rangers guy getting escorted off the field by 2 coppers. I imagine that he'll be getting some form of ban from the stadium, maybe a lifetime.
Yeah.
Not too sure.
Especially if he swung for him or whatever. So.
Yeah,
Either or, it's a mess, right? Because I've seen people on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is humiliating. Celtic have pitch and fade," and I know what the problem is. I mean, whether you agree or disagree with what the Union Bells did, if Rangers fans just sit there as Celtic pitch and fade,
well, the heat's on them.
Yeah, no, that is true.
Once you retaliate, then.
But from a pride perspective, that's what it boiled down to.
So you think it was too much for the Rangers fans to sit there and watch all these other people storm onto their pitch in their stadium and celebrate a win? While Rangers' seasons crumbled like an apple pie.
110%. You don't have to like it, but that's the facts. It's odd. It's to do with pride, man. Celtic won on a penalty shootout. They're pitch and fading at Ibrox. See, once Celtic fans were on the pitch, I knew it was going to end up the way it did. I actually thought it would end up worse. You see, and that's it. They don't have the police. They don't. See, if the fans want to go, that could fucking end up anyway. And they wonder why alcohol's banned. Oh, it's snobbery. They give it to rugby.
We need to be honest here, right? A lot of football
rugby fans don't do that.
Yeah, a lot of football fans are hooligans. A lot of football fans just cannot behave properly. I mean, it is what it is.
Obviously, a lot of these fans today would have been drinking anyway. I'm not naive. People take it into the game, yada yada, drink beforehand. But could you imagine if people are drinking throughout that game?
Yeah. Plus,
like on a insane level.
Plus, you didn't mention in rugby the fans are integrated. They literally stand beside each other.
Yep.
Could you imagine? Like, you've got an old firm, like, say Hampden, for example. This won't be happening at Hampden because Rangers are out. But let's say this match was in the semi-final and at Hampden, and you've got like 50,000 people in there, and they're literally mixed in. Insane. You have people in the stands beating the heads off each other.
I'm actually surprised this doesn't happen more often.
Yeah, well,
I think it was just a perfect storm of the away team winning and pitch and fading, and then that's all. I mean, yeah, it was destined to happen. But here, it's ugly scenes. But let's face it, it's what makes the derby what it is.
Yeah, no, definitely. Let's see then. Should we get some quotes from Martin O'Neill then, the winning manager?
I know people are going to blast the Old Firm, right, and go yada yada. See if Hearts win the league at Easter Road, last game of the season, Hearts fans pitch and fade, Hibs fans are running on. See if Rangers win the league at Pittodrie, Aberdeen fans are
What if someone wins the league at Livingston? And they do a pitch and fade, and are the Livy fans going to run on, or?
Nah, they'll be like...
Right, anyway, what's Martin O'Neill got to say to Premier Sports? He says, quote, "There were a few tetties anyway, it's unfortunate..." Well, hold on here. What's that?
A few
tita-titties? What the fuck is Martin O'Neill coming up with a new language here? What is that?
Just call it a Royal Rumble for fuck's sake.
Right, let me go back. Right, quote, "There was a few titties anyway, it's unfortunate. Hopefully it doesn't dilute the performance. It was our 4th game in 10 days. We were really out on our feet, but we defended magnificently. Blocks, boys throwing their bodies on the line. I've got the utmost regard for the team. Old Firm games are explosive games. They always have been. That's maybe one of the reasons why the derby is one of the best in the world. We have to defend for long periods in the game, and we did that magnificently. It was a tough afternoon for us, but we came through it, and we finally won the game. When those two, Callum McGregor and Kieran Tierney, drop out of the side, it does leave a hole. In terms of leadership, although I thought Liam Scales was outstanding." End of quote. So, Martin O'Neill, giving Scales credit. I don't know if
it's pathetic that the Rangers just couldn't go fitness-wise. Looked like they had played midweek.
Yeah, no, I mean, fair.
We've also got a comment here, right, from Michael Kelly suggesting both sets of fans. Yeah, right. How is it not both sets of fans? Where's the lie? Why are we pretending that both sets of fans weren't on the pitch and fading?
No, listen, I never said that Celtic fans were being aggressive or anything like that. It was obviously Celtic fans have did the pitch invasion and the Rangers fans have retaliated. But I never argued any other way.
Yeah, flares were being thrown, or shot, whatever you want to call it. I think they said on commentary there was bottles being thrown, whatever. But to suggest that it was one side, not the other's pathetic. When anyone with fucking eyeballs could see it was both sides.
Fair enough, but I mean, I would say one side ran over to the other, like, you know, I mean, I would say it, but I mean, both sets were on the pitch, and no one should be on the pitch, really, so...
Yeah, but Rangers fans running over to the Celtic bit, that's the only bit they can run to. Celtic running onto the pitch, they're surrounded by Rangers fans everywhere.
Yeah, true, but I mean, is it not like the ultras at that side? It's kind of like...
I mean, it's
not like the ultras that are on the...
Is it not weird, though, that the Green Brigade are banned for Parkhead, but they're allowed to pitch and fair at Ibrox?
I mean...
Fucking make it make sense.
Morphy Martin Lanelli says, quote, "You know what these matches are like. We could have lost in normal time or penalties, but we didn't. We refused to lose the game. That's really significant. There are certain aspects of the team we'd like to improve, do things better, but in terms of spirit, it was absolutely remarkable. Our fourth game in 10 days, that can't be forgotten. There is an excuse for our lads not being able to run anymore." End of quote. And regarding the post-match scenes, O'Neill says, quote, "You're asking me a lot of political questions in this moment when I'm in a euphoric state. The fans have spilled over. Big scenes at the end, all over the place. I'm not diminishing it at all. I will have a think about it and speak to you in due course." End of quote. I wouldn't really say it's a political question, is it?
That's just Martin O'Neill being a shitebag, I understand.
He
wants to celebrate, fair enough, but I mean,
it's not like they've asked him here, are you voting for Restore or are you voting for Restore?
Aye, they've not asked him that.
You know what I mean? It's like, I wouldn't say that was a political question. It's not like they say here, Martin, are refugees welcome at Celtic Park? It's not like they've asked him, what's your thoughts on the post-match scenes?
Yeah, and he's shat it like Rangers.
Oh, do you want Scotland to get independence? Do you want to unite Ireland? It's not really a political question, mate. It's more along the lines of, here, what was your thoughts at the end? I wouldn't say that's political.
Well, what's my thoughts at the end? I've seen people say, Ibrox is going to get a stand closure. How's that going to work? So are Celtic fans going to get?
Oh, Scottish SFA have released a statement.
The Celtic fans, Celtic have already banned the Green Brigade, so they can't look at... put it this way. That's just going to work against the Green Brigade.
That's what the Scottish FA said. They said, quote, "The Scottish FA condemns the behaviour from supporters entering the field of play following today's Scottish Gas Scottish Cup quarter-final at Ibrox Stadium. An investigation will be carried out immediately in line with the judicial panel protocol." End of quote. So, just a quick statement there from the SFA condemning it and not really saying much more. As for Danny Roll, whose team is no longer in a roll, what did he have to say? He told Premier Sports, quote, "I'm not sure what happened at the end. I was in the tunnel. The result is disappointing. A shootout is always a little bit of luck. We were the better team for 120 minutes, 24 shots to their 1. All the things you need in football. We played a really good game, but football is about results, and we didn't get the results we deserved today. Next week we go again. We have 9 finals to go. We play this way again and again. We have a big opportunity to take something this year." End of quote. Rangers have only got one thing that they can possibly take this year. That is now the Scottish Premiership, and I don't think they've got a big opportunity. I think they've got an outside. I think they've got an outside shot, a small chance at winning the league. Danny Rose seems to think they've got a big opportunity to win the Scottish Premiership. I don't see it that way. Their form is declining, and I think that their season is petering out. And like I said 8 days ago, there was a lot of Rangers fans confident that they were going to end Celtic's season with this double header, and it seems to be the team in blue, for the blue side of Glasgow, that it's almost like their season's the one that has came to the end. They've been knocked out the cup by Celtic. They now find themselves behind Celtic in the league. And of course, you got to factor in, when we do get into the split, Rangers have to go to Tynecastle and Celtic Park, whereas Celtic obviously have Rangers at home and they also host Hearts. So we would talk about home advantage being a big deal. We can't not factor that in. Rangers are up against it. Can they win the league? Yes. Are they likely to win the league? In my opinion, no.
Totally agree. It can be fixed. See if Rangers win the league, this game doesn't hurt as much, but no, why it does hurt. For me especially, because I think this was the only opportunity at a trophy.
Well, let's see if Rangers win their remaining 9 games, they'll win the league. I think if Rangers win, I would say if Rangers win 8 out of their last 9 games, as long as that defeat isn't against Hearts, I still think they'll go on and win the league. But they're going to need to be damn near perfect. The room for slip-up is just not really there.
Nope.
And do I see Rangers only slipping up once in the last 9 games? When they've got to go to Celtic Park, when they've got to go to Tynecastle, when they've got to go to Hibs, who they've already drawn against, Motherwell they've already drawn against, Falkirk, albeit it was under Martin, but they've already drawn it. No, I see this Rangers team, see it in 9 games, I think this Rangers team will win. I don't think they'll win any more than 6.
I agree with that. It's done. The season's over. Danny Rule must go at the end of the season when he doesn't win the league. I think that's what he has to do to win people back over.
What, leave?
No, win the league. I've seen a lot of people turn on him, and rightfully so.
Well, it's got to be we've got a bit more for Danny Rowe. He says, quote, "We did well as a group from last week to this week. We'll do this again. It's our job. We are strong enough to step up in the right moments, and we will do. We can take a lot of good things from this game.
No, we can't. Utter shite.
Except the result. I'm totally convinced we'll be ready again next week. At the end of the game, there's always emotion. It's what makes this game so exciting." End of quote. Right, listen.
Utter shite. I mean, I know why. Because, see, this wasn't a battering. People will pretend it's a... see that League Cup final where Fraser Foster was fantastic? Remember that?
That was
an offside goal, by the way. That was a game we battered Celtic. See this today. What did Sinisola have to do? Seriously. Where was the 10 world-class saves that prevented... We were shite. There's nothing good to take for this. If you're taking something good for this game, that's where I know your mentality is.
I don't think Rangers were good today, but I mean, for 120 minutes, they were better than Celtic. They were.
So what's the good things to take for it then?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying there's any good things to take from it, but I mean, they were, for the most part, they were better than Celtic. I think Celtic fans would even admit that.
That's not good enough, though.
I'm not saying it's good enough, but I do feel like for the majority of this game, Rangers were the better side. And I don't think they were good. But I mean, the stats don't fucking lie. It was 24 shots to 1. That alone kind of tells you who had the advantage, who was on the up, you know, who was more threatening, who was more likely to score. It was Rangers. Now, yes, Sinisola didn't really have much to do, and that's a combination of just making poor decisions in the final third and, you know, shots that were off target. I get that, but I do think that... But then again, Celtic are so bad, it's like... Rangers have got no excuse for not winning the game. It was mental. It was mental. Right, we will end with Martin O'Neill. He's talking about phenomenal courage. Finally got that one out there. He says, quote, "Well, obviously, we're delighted we're still in the competition. It was a tough afternoon. I knew it would be, of course. Ibrox away from home for the second time in a week. But our 4th game in 10 days, I knew that we'd get tired during the course of proceedings. The players showed phenomenal courage and great determination and a rear guard action, which is really commendable. Everyone to a man did more than their jobs. They were really terrific. There's things we feel that naturally... We were far from a finished article. 4 away fixtures, 2 at Ibrox, 1 in Stuttgart and Aberdeen, which was not an easy game for us either, so credit to the team. It shouldn't do us any harm. It should give you a great boost. The players, they've got a bit of confidence about themselves. It should keep confidence high. Does it change for the rest of the league? I'm not sure." End of quote. So, I mean, you can see that Martin O'Neill, he's hammering home these 4 games in 10 days. Isn't he? He's pointing out here.
See, rightfully so. Why not? We all looked at that a month ago and went, "They're fucked," and he's come out of it
pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, the defeat against Hibs was unfortunate, but you know what? I'd say that's kind of more down to Trusty. I'm not saying Celtic win that game, but I would go as far as saying that they probably don't lose it if Trusty doesn't get sent off.
Yeah.
So you just can't complain with Martin's record. You can say that Celtic aren't playing well, which they're not. You can say they're not convincing, they're not winning games easy, they're not playing a good football on the eye. I don't think they're doing any of that stuff. But Martin O'Neill's domestic results, and you know what? I'll throw in European results as well, because he's had a couple of good ones. The win against Stuttgart, the win against Feyenoord. Was it Feyenoord? I believe it was Feyenoord.
Aye.
Martin O'Neill, results-wise, Holy shit.
Some guy's fucking sweet chin music.
Has been phenomenal.
Yeah. Shawn Michaels was Mr. WrestleMania.
Get that download. That's Mr. Ibrox. Get that download it. There's another video coming. Some guy just been assassinated on the pitch by a boot. By a fucking Nike.
Don't even know.
Adidas.
Aye. That's brilliant. Like.
Anyway, guys, that's it. Rangers lose. Celtic win. Celtic now with all the momentum. Celtic looking pretty good. Rangers looking pretty shite. Martin O'Neill looking pretty good. Danny Rowe looking pretty shite. It is... I mean, the momentum is turning back to Celtic. Mr. Hugh Evans said about a month ago that the tide was changing in Glasgow and that it was beginning...
It's fucking high tide.
Yeah, it's... Aye. Anyway, closing thoughts.
What's there to say, man? I mean... You know what, though? This one... See, in a weird way, it doesn't hurt as much. I'm not as angry as last week, but it hurts more. Because it's just...
It doesn't hurt as much. I'm not as angry as last week, but it hurts more. That's exactly what just came out of your mouth there.
So, I'm not as angry as last week, but I'm just done. I've gave up on this team. There's no faith anymore, man. It's done. It's just...
I think it's fair to say that Celtic Football Club has broken you. Defeated you. Celtic Football Club has completed you. They've 100%ed you.
But like I said...
They've unlocked every trophy.
Like I said fuck me, this is going 50 minutes. Like I said 20 minutes ago, right, it probably was, our season in recent years has pretty much been get knocked out the cup and then having to cheer people in the semis and finals that play Celtic. I had to do it for St Mirren, and I'm going to have to do it for Falkirk and Dunfermline. I'm probably going to have to cheer for Hearts inevitably in a couple of games when we go to it. And that's just not what it should be. It's pathetic. See Chris Boyd joking, oh look, I've got the Hearts top. It's half
embarrassing,
joke, but it's half reality.
Yeah. What I would say is this win by no means guarantees Celtic win the Scottish Cup because I mean they're not a good team. They're not a good team, and I think John McGlynn and Falkirk will be fancying their chances. And I also think that you'll have Stephen Robinson at St Mirren. And I think he'll be thinking we could do a cup double. And you know what? I also think that Neil Lennon and Mark Wilson will be thinking they probably won't have a better chance as a championship club to win the Scottish Cup. Because I think there's a real opportunity. I mean, they could avoid Celtic in the draw. And in a one-off game, would you rule out Falkirk, Dunfermline or St Mirren or Partick Thistle beating this Celtic team? You wouldn't. I mean, St Mirren have already beat them in one cup. Albeit it wasn't Martin O'Neill. But we'll see you guys. Anyway, that's it. Dishing out channel memberships for every 10 likes. So hopefully you get one. And we'll catch you later on with player ratings, fan reaction, all that good stuff. And maybe we'll even fit in St Mirren versus Partick Thistle if we've got time. We'll try and squeeze it in somewhere. Till next time though. Peace. They say follow, we will follow Rangers. Well, I think most of these players need to follow Danny Rowe out of Ibrox, out of Glasgow and out of Scotland, because once again, when it truly matters, Rangers Football Club just do not deliver and they shit the bed. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. It's finished in the Old Firm derby. Celtic 3, Rangers 1. We can talk about decisions, we can talk about moments in the game, we can talk about individual players, we can talk about stats like they did at the end of the match and they said that the stats were even. For me, Celtic were the far superior team and they deserved to win. And in reality, I think it could have been more than 3-1. That second half performance for Rangers was abysmal. And we hear this shite that, well, Rangers are great for one half, and then the next half they're garbage. It's either a good first half and bad second half, or a bad first half and then good second half. And it's like, no, they weren't. They started okay today, but they weren't good for the entire first half. And another thing, to go back to last week, why are people pretending like Rangers were amazing against Hearts in that first half of football? They fucking weren't. They were the better team, yes, but what did they really create? What opportunities did they have? They scored a deflected goal, and then the second half they were shite. And today, I thought they were alright, first 15-20 minutes. But I mean, after that, Celtic finished the first half the stronger. Celtic looked more likely to score as the first half went on than Rangers did. And then the second half, man, just a shit show. The goals that they gave up, really fucking poor defending. Tavernier, it's his last Old Firm game, but I think it should be his last game. Never mind giving him the final two. I would just send that guy back to England early. He doesn't deserve to play another game. And this Rangers...
No, fuck Tav, honestly, no. No, seriously. See anybody that goes to... I'll repeat it for people who don't watch Maffin. But see anybody that goes his testimonial, they can fuck right off and they can go to Parkhead next season. Because 3 trophies in 11 years for the guy, right? That is bogging. There's no two ways about it. People will talk about how, well, he served 11 years for his football club. We've paid him handsomely. We've set him up for life. And what's he done? He set his back for life. He should be taken out the Hall of Fame tonight. No ifs, no buts. He should never have been fucking in it, man.
Rangers have made Tavernier a multi-millionaire.
Yep.
And Tavernier's barely won multiple trophies in his entire time.
Why anybody
at Rangers.
No, but not the thing is, right? See if this was genuinely a one-off, and those 2 goals he conceded today by just letting Tierney run past him because he couldn't be arsed. See if that was just a one-off, and I'd be like, oh, his legs are done, that's tragic. It happens every fucking game.
Well, let's be honest, this was happening when he was fresh and his legs weren't done.
So it's not a leg thing.
I mean, this has been happening for years.
It's an effort thing. Sterling should have played. So fuck Tav me here. Why is Tav getting the brunt of it? Because I think he cost pretty much every goal. And he's the captain. He's the longest serving guy there. He's supposed to be the leader, and he gets subbed off. Celtic fans clap him off sarcastically. Seriously, man, go to Parkhead if you go to his testimonial. There should be no one at it. He's a failure. He's a flop. Again, I was a big Tav fanboy up to about 2022. You know, see up to that point, couldn't really fault the guy because I'm not going to bash him for not really winning trophies in the first couple of seasons, right? But see, since then, you put a true Rangers captain of the past in any of those teams, we win some of those semis and then go on to win the cup. We win some of those cup finals. Hell, we might get a league or 2 extra over the line. You just don't know. If you put a Barry in, an Amaruso, a Davy Weir, Terry Butcher, guys like that. But see this guy on it, no, he is a shite bag. I know Neil Lennon tried to defend him, or Sutton shouldn't have said that. Sutton's fucking bang on the money. See, saying his heart's the size of a pea, that's being generous, man. Honestly, that's being generous.
A mini pea or is it like a bigger garden pea or something?
I mean, 1 millimetre would be putting him over too much. The guy is a shite bag. I never want to see him again. And it's also the fact he had to go and announce it. He should have snuck out the back door.
Unannounced, unnoticed.
No, when Winston walks into the Klansman, he shites himself and he just goes into the lavvy. That's what Tav should have done. But he should never have... See the talking before Winston shat himself? He should never have done it. No, guy needs took out. Danny Rowe needs sacked. Then if you don't want him sacked, then you actually want to go to Tav's testimonial. Are you a cuck? Do you just love seeing us fucking get punished? How many years of Celtic dominance must we need to sit through? Because see now, man, it's not even a...
I mean, even when Celtic aren't dominating, Celtic have been poor this season, and Rangers are still trailing massively behind.
Man, look at the trophy count in the last 15 years. What's the same? It won't be the same in the next 15.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but it would be hard for Rangers to repeat the same trophy count as they have had the last 15 years, because it really has been abysmal. But yeah, Tavernier, triple F, fraud, flop, failure. Danny Rowe, I mean, people were putting him over, praising him. Well, he's done so well, he salvaged what Russell Martin did, but I mean, the gap's beginning to grow again. The gap between Rangers and Hearts is 8 points. The gap between Rangers and Celtic is 7 points, and you've got to factor in, this wasn't Danny Rowe coming in and making up all the points on a good, competent Celtic manager. How many of those points were gifted to Rangers by Wilfred Nancy? So, you know, I mean, you factor that in as well. See, Danny Rowe, I think he'd done a good job in terms of results, but we're getting to the point now where he's almost taken Rangers a bit similar to Clement. This is very similar to Clement. Remember, he came in, he was like 8 behind, and then he got in front of Celtic.
Yeah.
And then he had that chance where he was almost like 4 points in front, but Celtic came back against Motherwell and scored the 2 late goals. But do you remember after the defeats to Ross County, then I think they drew against Dundee, and then all of a sudden Rangers ended up finishing the season like further behind?
Yeah.
I think, was Clement not 7 behind and then got in front of Celtic? But by the end of the season, he was 8 points behind. He was further behind than when he took over. I don't think that Martin's going to be further behind. I don't think that Russell? No, not Russell. Fuck, Roll. I don't think Roll's going to be further behind than when he took over, but it's getting close to that situation where all his hard work, all this so-called hard work that Rangers have put into clawing back this gap is gone. And again, if Wilfred Nancy wasn't there, I mean, where would the gap be?
I mean, for obvious reasons, I can't wait the Rangers win trophies again, but you want to know something that will actually make it that extra bit fucking sweeter? Because see Tav's legacy, it will truly get trampled on then. Because see, when we actually begin to win trophies on the regular, people will look back and be like, fuck, why did some people even worship this guy? No,
but honestly,
listen.
Rangers are a new captain away, right? In a treble season from him equaling Tav's record in one
but
season.
do you not agree though?
Mental.
As soon as Rangers get back to levels pre-2012, hopefully, fingers fucking crossed, or else I won't be here much longer. Once that
Alright, that's a bit deep, man. Do you mean you're walking away for YouTube, or you're...
I'm a fucking heart, but fucking going ballistic here. But do you not think once Rangers start winning trophies again?
Don't let these bastards let you walk away. We'll take care of them next week. Don't worry about it.
I'm not walking away. I face the music. I'm not a shite bag. You know, I stick by what I say. A lot of people say stuff and they're like, oh, you can't say that. I'll fucking say what I want. Fuck Tav, no captain am I. He should be taken out the hall. He should get stuffed in the boot of Danny Rowe's fucking motor and they should get fired via catapult out of Scotland. It's simple as that. They're both fucking pish. And that's it. No, that's
Fernandes is not a £10 million player either, by the way.
Fire them.
That's a donkey.
No, what to do. See, fire them all into a clown fan and fucking catapult them to fuck.
Yeah,
No, but do you see where I'm coming from?
for Ant-Man, how did he get a start? I mean, you can see based on his performance today why he's not a start since November. Fucking trash. But
No, but that's unfair in him, isn't it, though?
Is it?
No.
He's a Rangers player, he should be able to step up and play. What do you mean unfair? He's getting paid a shitload of money.
I know, but he's not...
Useless, stinking blue bastards couldn't help Hearts win the league. Fuck them. We don't need their help, right? We don't need Rangers. We've already beat Rangers twice this season. We've already beat Celtic twice this season. And we'll beat them again. Rangers are a failure of a club. And I know you support them, but they are the biggest laughing stock in the United Kingdom, man. They are. I used to think it was Man United, but Man United are beginning to come a bit good again. And I mean, how can Rangers claim to be the biggest club in Scotland, the most successful club in Scotland? They're a joke. Your rivals won a quadruple treble while you were scratching your arse winning fuck all. I mean, how can Rangers have the claim? How can people say with a straight face anymore, Rangers are the biggest team in Scotland?
I know.
They're not. It's fucking Celtic. They run the show and they've been doing it now for a decade and a half. It's embarrassing.
And who's overseen it?
Well, Tavernier most.
Aye, fuck him.
No, but you can't have. How can you be in a league and your rivals have that much dominance over you over a 15-year period and still claim you're the biggest team? That's mental. That is mental.
No.
Rangers are the afterthought in Glasgow. Rangers are the black sheep in Glasgow. This is a one-sided derby. Maybe not in terms of, results over the last few years in the head-to-head games, but just look at the trophy count. Look at the trophy count. It'd be like Man United, in the 90s and 2000s and Man City claiming, we're the bigger team. It's like, what are you fucking talking about? You're the bigger team. Man United are winning trophies every season and you ain't winning shit.
Yeah, I know, but especially now because Celtics overtook us and everything. At least a couple of years ago, everything was still intact.
Alright, just answer this to clear this up, because I don't know how you feel on this, but Rangers fans will say they're the biggest team because they held on to the league trophies and the trophy count for years and years. Now that Celtic have overtaken Rangers in overall trophies won, they've got a European Cup, and if they win the league this season, they'll be ahead in league titles too. And they've had the recent dominance where they've just won everything in the last 15 years. See if Celtic aren't the biggest club in Scotland, what do they need to do to become it?
Well, I mean, I think once they overtake, they've overtaken an overall trophy count, right? They've overtaken. They're probably going to overtake. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I think we've shot the bed for you. I think they're going to beat Hearts, sadly, and they're going to then overtake us in the league trophy.
I tell you what, Derek McInnes will show more fight in the final day than Danny Rowe has ever shown.
No, you look at that Hearts team. You look at the Celtic
Hearts may lose, but I know that Hearts will give it their all. I know that McInnes will make changes. I know that McInnes will try his best to win the game and win the league. I know that. I'm looking at these Rangers players today. Who tried?
Look, no, we talked about it, right? Yesterday. Look at that Motherwell team.
Rangers were...
Look at Motherwell did against
I
Hearts.
defended
Bloodies
for the
on the
West.
line. As if it was...
Stephen O'Donnell, you'd think he may as well have been wearing a green and white shirt. He may as well have been wearing the green and white hoop shirt. But, I mean, Rangers go 3-1 down, and how long did Danny Rowe wait to bring on Miofsky? I mean, you need it to win the game.
Yeah.
You're 3-1 down. You've got to get your attacking players on.
It would be very easy to sit here and say, well, Rangers need it too. No, we need it free. Rangers need it to win. Obviously, Hearts would take the draw, but they bite the hand off for the draw.
When Maeda scored that overhead kick, by the way, which was a good goal, but I think multiple Rangers players should have did better preventing it.
James Tavernier, I'm looking at you, dickhead.
See when that goal was scored, I think Miofsky should have been on the pitch before Rangers took the kick off.
Yeah.
Do you not think he needs to get another striker on? You're 3-1 down, and you need a win. It's not like you need 2 goals to draw the game. You need a win. It's embarrassing, man. It really is embarrassing. Anyway, guys, before we get into the game here, I'm going to put up a poll. Should Danny Rowe go?
Yes.
Or does he deserve next season? We'll see what you guys vote, because I just think we've seen a common trend where Rangers have kind of ended the season poorly. They give the manager the following season, and before Christmas, the guy's sacked. We've seen it with Clement, we've seen it with Bale, and we've seen it with Gio. Now, Gio was saved in the... I mean, Gio did have a Scottish Cup win and a European final, so that saved him. But I'm talking about the league. Gio to work... I mean, people need to remember here that Gio...
Actually shot the league.
Gio took over from Gerrard, right? Well, Rangers were a decent amount ahead of Celtic, and Celtic were in a massive rebuild with a new manager that was entirely new to Scottish football.
Yeah.
And Gio still lost that league.
No, he did. And, I mean, it kind of got glossed. It kind of got flung under the carpet because of the Europa League run, which, I mean, I guess was fair enough. But you're right, he bottled that league, but... And
then Gio was gone by Christmas. Clement came in, started really well.
It was Beale, mate.
Alright, Beale came in, sorry.
I know there's that many.
started really well, closed the gap.
Yeah.
Actually closed the gap.
So the pattern's the same pitch, isn't it?
Beale closed the gap. But then the following the season, Shite sacked by Christmas. Then Clement came in, closed the gap,
then the gap
dropped
went
off,
back out again,
and then started this next season. Shite sacked by Christmas. There's a trend.
No, but see again, we just seem to think, right? Maybe it's hope, whatever. There seems to be this thing in Scottish football. It's not just Rangers fans. Like, I think there's a general consensus that people think, well, one day Rangers are going to get back. Are we?
We never know.
I mean, I thought it was ever going to happen. It'd be the 55 win. That should have been the foundation. No, we've won one trophy, right? We've won one trophy in, 15 years now? What's stopping us from winning one at the next 15? And then it becomes 2 and 40.
No, you do see big clubs drop off and just stop becoming winners. But it doesn't really happen to the biggest of the biggest. Yeah, for example, people will say, well, look at Forest, look at Leeds. You can name clubs like them, but they're not your Liverpools, they're not your Man Uniteds. You know, like, see Real Madrids and Barcelonas, they don't all of a sudden just be shite. And they're not like one of the top teams, and that's the level that Rangers and Celtic are. So I mean, I don't know if Rangers are ever going to drop off to the extent where they get like relegated through natural causes, or they start finishing in the bottom 6. But their days of being serial winners, I'm not going to say they could be over, because I think their days of being serial winners have been over for a long time. How many trophyless seasons have Rangers had?
Yeah, I think it's 12. 12 at 15.
We're 13 now.
It's just... I mean, we could sit here and talk about the game. I don't even want to talk about the game. It'd be very easy to say, oh, Johnson should have been sent off and their first goal shouldn't have stood. But it's pathetic going down that road. We don't know why, because for whatever reason, the last 4 fucking years, Celtic get every decision in these old firm games. But see, at the end of the day, guys, it was 1-1, 11-11 at half time, and who shat the bed?
Yeah. Also,
is anyone convinced, by the way, that if that goal gets disallowed and Johnson gets sent off and we're 1-0 up against 10 men, that these shiftless bastards even get the fucking job done anyway?
No, I think Celtic can still win. I think you could make a case for Celtic still
win.
I
can sit here and talk about it, but I remember a good few years ago.
But that doesn't mean the decision shldn't be called correctly,
I know.
You know?
No, yeah, but again, I'm not. It would give these frauds the get out of jail free card. That's why Tav just gave up on the other 2 Celtic goals, because he thought Johnson should have been sent off. Fuck Tav, fuck Rowe, fuck the lot of them. It's a team that don't even care. Team that don't even know.
Right, guys, if you want player ratings, then we're going to set up a super chat goal, and you can make it happen. One super chat, we'll do player ratings. Cannot say fairer than that. and I think player ratings would be pretty good because I think there was a few Rangers players in there that could be getting dangerously close
What?
to the dreaded forbidden zero.
What's your opinion on Tav and people that go to his testimonial? I don't think you should get one. Fuck it. I know it's when you get a certain amount of appearances. See if Tav has got anything about him, he'd leave the night and he would say...
Honestly, with my opinion,
Aye.
I think he deserves one, but I don't think there should be any talk about him being a great Rangers captain or player. I think just for longevity-wise, he deserves one, but I'm under no illusion that he's been a failure at the club. You can't win 3 trophies in that period of time and pretend that you're anything other than a failure. But yeah, I mean, it just seems to be the right thing to do in football, doesn't it? That if you're the captain of a club for that long, that you get a test that...
You know what the right thing is? The right thing to do is the hardest thing, and the hardest thing to do is rip up the whole tradition of giving people a tip. Fuck him. I don't want him anywhere near Ibrox, and anybody that goes on... Who's going to this game on Wednesday, by the way? We're cemented third, and people are still talking about keeping Danny Rule.
I mean,
we're finishing third in a 2-horse race. What the... How do you do that?
To be fair, Callum Davidson won a cup double and he just got fired. He never got a testimonial for
And that's St Johnson.
So, I mean...
That guy should get a statue. No, it's actually a disgrace to other guys in the Hall of Fame and other guys that have got statues and guys that are considered icons. I mean, the guy's got 3 trophies in 11 years. It's not like he's got 3 trophies. It's not like he came, scored 70 goals and scored and won a treble in one season. But fuck, that's brilliant.
Right, guys, promise we will get into the match in a little minute, but I just want to clear up something here.
Will we?
No, we will. But what's the requirements to get into the Rangers Hall of Fame? Can you tell me players that are in it that are like on the fringe of maybe not making the cut, just so I can kind of see whether Tavernier's deserving of a spot or not?
Well, see, I was doing a live the other night, and someone said, why is he in the Hall of Fame? And then I was like, hold on. There's no way he's in the Hall of Fame. But then I got like deja vu, thinking, fuck, I've talked about that. And it turns out he is.
Yeah, but what kind of players are in it? Like, I mean, who's somebody...
I'll tell you right now, I can't remember off the top of my head, but obviously...
No, but I mean, see if it's just the elite players and he's somehow made that in, then I'd be like, what the fuck's going on there? But is it a case that maybe he can play for 2 seasons and get in? Is this in order? Looks like, no, alphabetical.
Hold on, let's see. All 95 Rangers Hall of Fame. So there's 95, right? Which obviously, the more numbers. So Albert Amoruso, Sandy Archibald,
I mean, well, all they deserve to be in it, like.
Terry Butcher. I mean, the point is, you're going to have guys in here.
Yeah, but I want to see somebody that I don't think belongs in it. Stephen Davis, right? He's a better player than Tavernier, isn't he?
Yep.
Better Rangers player than Tavernier, right? Okay, that's probably the weakest name I've seen so far, though. Barry Ferguson, Ian Ferguson, I mean, they all deserve to be in it. Paul Gascoigne, definitely.
Gorham.
Andy Gorham, of course. Richard Goff, 100% in there. John Gregg, 100% in there. So that Mark Haight, he's going to be in there.
Sandy Jardine.
No, I'm looking for recent players. I want to see, like, the new era players.
There's a lot of...
I mean, I can't really comment.
In there. Laudrup, definitely.
I want to see guys from this year, like Al McGregor, 100% deserves it.
McCoist, obviously. A few McCalls in there.
I can't comment on the older players, right, from like decades ago, but so far from what I'm seeing, Tavernier looks to be the weakest player.
Nacho Novo, we've got Fernando Rickson, we've got...
I think Tavernier's the weakest player in that Hall of Fame.
He is. Yeah.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing. From what I'm seeing there, so
I want him taking it tonight, man. He needs to get that Hall of Fame anyway. Let's get into the game.
Right, guys, super chat, get that goal completed, and we will do player ratings, and then also fans react will come later tonight. Review show as well, and we will react to a couple of polls that have been put up on the channel too. But yeah, time to talk about the game. So finished today at Celtic Park. Celtic 3, Rangers 1. Rangers did take the lead, but couldn't do nothing with it, and then Celtic eventually, run out winners. A goal from Yang and a brace from Dyson Maeda. So
Liam Scales has played 13 Old Firms and only lost 1. There you go. Just Rangers fold, and as Chris Boyd says, it's another rebuild. I'm fed up saying it.
Also, a Liam Scales, by the way, that the majority of Celtic fans say is nowhere near good enough to play for them.
There's just no Celtic.
It's not. You're not talking Liam Scales, world class centre back here. You're talking Liam Scales, a guy that the majority of Celtic fans don't want in the squad, or they want shipped on.
Yep. Oh man, right. Let's just get into the game then.
Right, I thought Rangers started no bad. I thought Rangers were decent, and
Schmidt dragged a shot wide. Well done, son.
Yeah, he should do better here. I think a better striker with better finishing scores. I mean, I would normally throw Shanklin's name into the hat, but I'm still a bit disappointed he didn't score that goal last night. But yeah, I think like if Shanklin scores this, I think we've seen that. I mean, you look at his
Force
finishing.
a good save, do something.
Yeah.
Even the goal we get, he should score. But it falls to Mikey Moore, and he makes no right of it.
Very true. I thought he done well though for the goal. I mean, his control and he dribbles it into the box to create the chance for himself. So I thought Schmidt done well with the goal, even though he's not the one that scored it. And you're right, he should do better. It should be a better finish. Thankfully though, Sinisalo can only deflect it towards Mikey Moore. Moore taps it in for a tight angle, but I mean he is relatively close here, so you would expect him to put this in, really. But 1-0 Rangers, and at this point I thought things were looking good. I thought Celtic were rattled. I even went as far as logging into my William Hill account and sticking £50 British pounds on British pounds, £50 on Rangers to win the game from here, with corners and yellow cards at 5-1. Which, by the way, the cards and corners came up. Rangers, on the other hand, did not.
Right, let's talk about the goal then. So Yang makes it 1-1. It's a brilliant pass for McCowan outright to, I don't even know who it was.
Wait,
right.
Maida had a shot before this. It was just wide of the post, or was that? I can't remember if that was at 1-1 or
not. That was prior.
Yeah, so Maida there had an opportunity, didn't take it. I thought Rangers at the back looked dodgy. I mean, people have been praising De Giga and Fernandes now for a long time. I don't think any of them's better than John Souttar. I don't. And I think Rangers are conceding. How many goals have Rangers conceded? Rangers are conceding goals, by the way, I think, at a relegation side level.
13-5.
I think that's relegation material.
I mean, that's like over 2.5 goals a game. Just conceding.
That is relegation.
When you're conceding 2.5 goals a game, how can you win?
So how can De Giga and Fernandes be the? How can they be the?
That in my previous
how can they be the problem solvers? How can they be the? Oh, De Giga, I hope we get him permanently from loan. Oh, Fernandes, that's a 10, 15 million pound player. No, people were saying 15 million pound for Fernandes.
Right? See Chukwueze, fucking disgusting. Why not drop him for Souttar and then play free at the back? And that means Tav's role defensively and Romans isn't as...
Actually, well, yeah, but hey,
why not? Because that would shore up the defence, but also give you a bit of...
Never mind 15 million. People were saying that Fernandes could be the record-breaking transfer for Scotland.
Yep.
Record-breaking transfer? Guy can't defend. Guy's fucking useless.
I think the guy that might be scored an overhead kick.
And every time he goes forward, he loses the ball. He seems to think he's a good ball-playing centre-back and he's capable of making runs. I mean, I don't know who he thinks he is, but every time he had ventured into the Celtic half, he heavy touch, gave the ball away. It was the same shit. Don't know why this guy thinks he should all of a sudden be the guy that's creating all the opportunities for Rangers and stuff, man. Simply no good enough.
Right, the Yang goal, so... Right, Nygren's in offside position. He is blocking Butland's view. There is no two ways about it. This, for me, should be disallowed. Why has it not been disallowed? Well, because Rangers don't get any decisions in these games. As we know, that has been the story of the last number of years. And that's actually a fact, by the way. How many of these games have we come out of and went, well, Celtic got cheated there, or they get robbed there?
None.
No, it does. And that's not Star Greats, by the way. That's just the reality.
Maybe it happened before, but for the last 2-3 seasons, it's not been the case.
I think ever since...
More often than not, I think probably I wouldn't go as far as saying every game, but I would say at least 1 in every 2 games, 1 in every 2 Old Firm games, you're coming away from it going, how did that decision go against Rangers?
Yep.
How was that not given?
Anyway, 1-0, 1 each, sorry.
But you know what, I thought it was a good pass from Luke McCowan, very good pass, and I mean it's a decent finish, but there's multiple Celtic players in an offside position, and that's fine, I get it. Oh, it's okay as long as you're not interfering with play. But Nygren is standing right in front of Jack Butland. I mean, Jack Butland's fucking breath must be on the back of Nygren's neck here. How the hell is that not interfering with play? How is that not interfering with the goalkeeper's vision and what he can see of the ball? It has to be.
They have been consistent with this all year. This has been ruled out all the time.
Rangers Dundee. I think that's the big one I can remember.
Which... By the way, wasn't even blocking him. He was in front of him, obviously.
But a lot further in front of him.
Yeah.
Nygren is direct. No, Nygren is... There's not like a foot between Nygren and Butland here.
Yeah.
Nygren is standing right in front of Butland. I was surprised. See, when this goal was given, I was surprised. But But then I remembered, no, wait, last night Hearts were fucking robbed of a clear penalty. Why am I surprised? It's all corruption, so why am I surprised at the end of the day?
Yep, anyway, counts. Alistair Johnson should then be sent off. I actually said this at the time.
I didn't see anything in it.
But no one wanted anything. They didn't check it. We know why they don't check it, because once you slow this down, it's a red.
But no, you see at half time they go over it, and all three pundits admit.
And again, why is Chris Sutton solo in this game? It's an Old Firm. Why is he solo in the Hearts game? Why is Chris Sutton? Why is it the Celtic show on Sky?
Yeah, no, Chris Sutton for the goal, the angle, or Butland's no saving it.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with it? Maybe if Butland wasn't getting his vision instructed by Nygren, then maybe he'd be in a better position to save it. You don't know. See how Sutton just tries to downplay every decision?
Yeah, I mean, it's the first Old Firm since scoring first at Parkhead Rangers have lost since 1988. The manager's name is getting rung out by Celtic fans, and we're supposed to accept this going into next season.
That's some statistic, isn't it?
Yep. But that's all we do. All we do is break these records. We see these statistics.
Rangers are good at breaking records, but they're all negative ones.
Right.
What positive? What like good records are Rangers breaking?
Right.
Like quadruple treble winning seasons? Doesn't happen.
Yeah. Gary says that's getting clipped. Best meltdown ever. Fuck you, Gary. Right, anyway. Rangers get a free kick not long before half time. Yang tackled Tav, and then Rangers don't do anything with it. How many throw-ins, how many corners, how many free kicks did Rangers get? The two retards at the back would come up and
do nothing.
Yeah.
Every time Rangers get a throw in, Tavernier needs to run over, take it. Corner kick on the left hand side, Tavernier needs to travel the full length of the pitch to take it. And today, where was the good deliveries?
Yeah.
How many goals have Rangers scored for long throw-ins, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I know. Half time. I want to make this clear for everyone in the back, right? So this is one each. Yeah, they could be down to 10. Should be. Yeah, their goal could have got disallowed. But it's 1-1 at this point, right? It's simply who wants it more. We need to win. Celtic can actually afford a draw, but would much prefer the win. Who steps up? Celtic. And what does Tav do for 2 goals? Just lets Tierney cross it.
Yeah.
No, I can't even. But it's not even like Tav got skinned, like he got nutmegged and left for dead. It comes across a lack of effort for me. It came across a guy just can't be off.
Rangers played like a team that were in a distant third, that couldn't still mathematically win the league and couldn't still finish second, qualify for Champions League football, and they also looked like a team that couldn't care if they gift Celtic 3 points and moved them 2 points closer to winning the league title. It was shocking.
Yeah, we came out at half time and said we're 4-0 up or 4-0 down.
Well, you know what?
It's just passive. Can't be arsed.
I mean, just to touch on it one more time, I reckon when they do that KMI panel, whatever it's called, I do believe that they'll say that Johnson should have been sent off.
No, they will, but...
I mean, Boyd, McFadden and Lennon were all in agreement that it should have been a red card. And I'm surprised.
Michael Stewart said it was a red.
The goal, yeah, and that guy, when does he ever give anything to Rangers? I mean, that's all you need to know. Case closed.
Probably because it helps Hearts, maybe, but yeah, I know what you mean.
Nah, if Michael Stewart said it's a red, then it's 100% a red, because that guy's just anti-Rangers.
But you know what, man, right? I can talk about it. Loads of other Rangers fans can talk about the SFA.
No, but how strict
are they? Act on it in?
No, I know, but how strict are they now with these red cards and these tackles where the studs are showing?
You can't pick and choose.
And it's above ankle. It's like ankle or above. See, any time now someone goes into a tackle with the studs showing and he makes connection. I mean, sometimes you don't even need to make connection. I've seen players get sent off for not making connection, but just because the foot was high. But see, any time we see it now, the studs are showing and it's ankle or above, it's a red card. Just like Jamie McGrath got a red card last week.
I mean, Rangers had lost 2 games all season, and then they lose 3 in a row in the split.
Yeah, mental.
And it's not a mentality issue, Danny. Shizer, get to fuck.
But yeah, no, I mean, the goal I think's one thing, right? The goal I think's debatable. I think the goal should have been disallowed, but I don't think that's that's not the disastrous decision in my opinion. I just cannot see that's not a red card. I cannot see it. But yes, I think the goal should be disallowed, but I don't think it's the worst decision if they give it. Whatever, you can make an argument that Butland has been, his vision's being impaired, and I think by an offside player, and I think it was. But fair enough, right? They don't give that, whatever. But the red card, I think that in football, that's a red card these days. You don't make those, especially with VAR. VAR didn't look at it. They didn't even fucking look at it.
Why?
Why not?
Because they know if they look at it, they have to give it. That's why they didn't look at it. That's the way around it. Don't look at it.
We get told that VAR checks everything.
No, but we know for a fact, right? It's like the Kizarides one last night. If VAR doesn't look at it, then everything's not forgiven. But you can, all right, well that's
trying to sweep it under the carpet.
But last night they looked at it and still didn't.
But no, I don't get it.
If they looked at this, they'd have gave it.
No. Explain this, right? See all you Celtic fans that are going to say we're better and we're just lying and we're not telling the truth, we're talking shit. Explain this. How come Sutton? No, not Sutton. Sorry, he's a wanker. How come Neil Lennon, McFadden, and Boyd? How come at half time they all get to see the replay of the incident and all three of them can agree that's a red card, but during the game the VAR are looking at the same incident, same angles, and they don't even check it. They don't even tell the referee to come over and look.
I know the funny thing.
No, but
that's their job. Though.
But the people in the studio have got the same fucking camera angles and the same replays as the people on VAR. And everyone in the studio can say, oh, that's a red card. Michael Stewart on Twitter can say that's a red card. But the people on VAR, man, they can't even tell the referee, here, this might be a red card. Maybe you should come over and look at it. But would it matter? Because last night the referee was told it's a fucking penalty. And did he come over? He did, and he just waved it away. Cheating. Corruption, man. That's a red card.
But we know why. We know why they're not looking at it. Because they don't want a game of red.
Yeah, but they looked at it last night and they still didn't get the penalty, so I mean...
No, what is John Beaton doing on VAR? I don't want to hear this brother patter again, by the way. It's father. End of.
No, but just explain to me how the three in the studio, and by the way, two of them are Celtic men, and one of them's a Celtic legend in terms of player and manager. How are they able to look at the replay and go, oh, that's a red card, but the people in VAR look at the replay and don't even think it's worth telling the ref, I think you should maybe have a look at this?
Yeah, I know.
Mental.
But but Rangers are pathetic, man. We won't put any pressure on the officials. Look when a decision goes against Celtic. Martin O'Neill phones up fucking Willie Collum.
I'm like the fucking Nokia.
Probably. Aye, got it for you. Right, second half, 2-1. Tierney finds Maida. Tav, absolutely disgusting.
Horrible defending for Tav.
I think I've ranted and raved on Tav enough here.
Horrible defending for Tav, but you know it's a pretty good. It's a good pass for Scales. I think it's a very good pass over the top for Scales, and Tierney does well to get onto it, and it's a good cross for Tierney, and it's a nice one-touch finish for Celtic. It's a good for Maida. It's a good goal for Celtic.
Fernandes was getting out muscled by Maida.
Yeah, that's actually embarrassing.
See,
it's a good goal for Celtic, but that doesn't. Two things can be true. Celtic can score a good goal, but it can also be defended poorly for Rangers.
See when you've got a foot advantage and probably like 50 pounds advantage, man. How are you getting out muscled? That shows me one guy gets it and the other guy doesn't get it. Fucking embarrassing. Right, 3-1. I know all the focus here is going to probably, rightfully, be on Maida scoring no head kick. By the way, that's why you shouldn't. That's why these goals of the seasons and players and teams shouldn't be. They gave it to Shermiti, but this goal tops that. Even though is the Shermiti goal a little bit better in isolation, I'd say so. What won their team the game?
And more importantly, what one could win their team the league?
Exactly. So shove your awards up your arse. This is a good goal, phenomenal goal for Maida, but James Tavernier yet again. And some people...
Well, hold on a minute. The Fog Football Awards are still to come. Are you going to be dishing out Martin O'Neill, Manager of the Year, and Dyson Maida, Goal of the Year? I mean... I
don't fucking hide. I'm not one of these idiots that...
We've got 2 nominations each, so... Pick and choose wisely.
I don't know if I'll be here for it, right? No, but again, Tav... No, I'm not just picking on the guy. I want everybody...
Sounds like it, to be fair.
I want everybody that's watching this video to go rewatch these fucking goals. I will. I'm going to analyse it. I'm going to slow it down in slow motion on a fid. Because see Tav here, he just... Tierney runs past him, then there's like a Celtic guy in between them, and Tav just looks at him, lets Tierney whip it in. No, it's pathetic. It's a phenomenal goal for Maida, but Tav again could stop the cross, could stop the goal. Doesn't. Can't be up.
Nah, he can't be ours, but I tell you what, who I also hold a bit of blame towards here, I think Jack Buckland was very poor. Now, it's a great overhead kick for Maida, not denying that, however, it's not like it's went in like a bullet. This ball was... It was lofted kind of into the air, there was a bit of air time on it. Jack Buckland is just stranded and rooted to the spot. I actually think if Jack Buckland moves his feet quick enough, he can save this. Because there's not a lot of power in it. It's like a lobbed overhead kick.
No, I know what I mean here. Maybe we're being harsh.
And I get it. Buckland. No, it's placed. I get it. It's placed pretty well. But for me, Buckland surely can No, can Butland no move over?
I think you're being a wee bit harsh.
No, just standing there, just ball watching. I think Butland should do a bit better, but I mean, it's a good goal right into the top hand corner. Can't deny it. It's fantastic, actually, for guys in Maida.
Tav here, man. Just can't be arsed. No, it's actually insane, right? Tierney's running past him, and he's actually turning and pointing to his defenders like, "Yeah, you need to do that." It's like, no, you need to stop the cross. You do not. Anyway,
absolutely bogging.
Right, and you know what? I'd love to sit here and say, well, 37 minutes of an onslaught for Rangers happened. No, it didn't. No, this was feeble. This was pish. This is what I'd come to expect. No, but this is the difference, man, right? Say Rangers went 3-1 up.
Celtic would be all over Rangers in that final.
Yeah.
30 minutes. It would be attack after attack after attack.
I know
and Rangers would be pinned into the box.
I know Martin O'Neill's old, right? And Sean Maloney, there's question marks over him. But you know, like, the leadership in that Celtic team and the management would be going through the rest of them if it was that lack of effort. See, when your captain can't be arsed, what does that tell you?
Are you even convinced that Rangers win the next game against Hibs?
I don't give a fuck.
No, well, there you go. No.
Why should I care? Well, no, it doesn't. Nothing matters now. We're guaranteed to finish in third. See, honestly, man, nothing matters.
I'm praying that I hope that Hibs beat Rangers so that Motherwell know that Hibs are beating Rangers.
I don't want us to lose against Hibs or Falkirk, but like I said, it doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters about it?
Neil Lennon has just come out and said he's putting Celtic favourites on current form in this 2-horse race. He thinks that Celtic are most likely team to get over the line. I can agree with that because it is in their own hands now.
Celtic fans are chanting Danny Rowe, they're chanting "Oa up the ra,"
and Rangers are doing nothing about it.
And that's the thing, right? See, yesteryear when you actually had like a Rangers supporting core, that would make the blood boil. That would make people fume.
Yeah, the Rangers players would be fucking rating. We ain't having this. We ain't having those people chant that shit, and we're getting pumped here. We're gonna
see when Rangers fans are chanting their songs, right? Bet you that makes Tierney and McGregor, you know, their blood's fucking boiling. That is just not in that Rangers team.
No, half of them don't even know what they're being chanted, man.
Yeah, half of them don't even know what's going on, and the other half are wee pussies. More evidence of that, right? Romans and Johnson getting there a bit of a square go, right? Romans gets booked, by the way, and he books Tierney because he knows Johnson's on a second yellow, so he doesn't book him, right? And who's the first to help him? 18-year-old Mikey Moore. Where's the rest of the team? Where's your 6'5" centre backs?
Yeah, and initially it was like 4 or 5 Celtic players around Romans, and in the past you would just see your teammates coming to help you and get involved, and you know you get the big pushing match. But it's like the Rangers players like fuck them.
Aye.
Mike, you're right. Mikey Moore came over. Eventually, Fernandes came over and grabbed Cal McGregor by the back of the neck, and he shot himself. Like,
no, he did. But
Cal McGregor was acting the big man. Then he turned around and seen Big Fernandes, and he's like, "Oh fuck, sorry, pal, I'll back off you." But
that's it, guys. That's the end of the game. Utterly.
Well, I mean, he brings Miovski on with about 14 minutes to go, and it's like, unfortunate, but you just feel like 3-1 down. Miovski should have been on straight away, shouldn't you?
Some people are saying I don't want Gerrard back. Right, Gerrard would be better under Gerrard.
See if you're a Rangers fan right now and you were offered a swap Gerrard for Danny Rowe, and you said no, I think you're retarded.
People are discussing Keaton Rowe, Gerrard, McInnes, and Muscat, right? There's 3 managers there that I know can get a fight out of a team. There's 3 managers there that I know will actually call out decisions. There's 3 managers there that know this is unacceptable. There's one that doesn't do anything, doesn't tick any boxes, and he's the one in charge. We're fucked. I want Tav at the Hall of Fame. I want Danny Rowe sacked. I want pretty much every single player gone. And Rangers are snookered. We are staring at Conference League football at best next season. And it's pretty much all over. We're probably going to have to watch Celtic lift a double when we very much could have won the league.
And again, I think this goes back to the appointment of Danny Rowe. And I mean, if the rumours are true, then Rangers could have had Gerrard and they could have had Muscat, but it looks like the reason they didn't get them is because of those 2 fannies that were in charge of the club at the time, whose names I can't remember. The former Everton football director, and then the other guy. What were those guys called again? Tellwell and the other guy, Kevin Tellwell and
Patrick Stewart.
Were they not the reason pretty much the Gerrard deal broke down? And I'm pretty sure they were the reason behind Muscat as well.
Nice.
I mean, and originally, did Danny Rowe no turn Rangers down? Or Rangers turned him down.
He turned them down, aye.
And then Rangers have to wait. I mean, that's embarrassing, man. No, it's fucking mental. Derek McInnes gets told like 10 years later, "Oh, you'll never be Rangers manager because you turned us down once." By the way, turned us down when he was actually ahead of us in the league table with Aberdeen. But how's Derek McInnes still being blacklisted, right, for the Rangers job because he turned them down 10 years ago? But Danny Rowe can turn them down, and in the space of 2 weeks, Rangers are crawling back, asking for another chance. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, no, it's just it's actually utterly pathetic. Look at this. So the Rangers, Mikey Moore, right, helps Romans, who's getting like, I don't know, his arse touched by fucking Sinisolo. Look at Schmidt just walking over when he sees his teammates getting battered.
Yeah.
No, there's no fight in there. There's nothing. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Celtic have won, and
who's going to win the league title?
I think it's Celtic, man.
I'm fucking
what?
Done.
Well, like you said earlier, right? See the jam tarts, the jambos.
Are you not convinced that McInnes will at least make a go at it on the final game of the season?
Say, yeah. See Hearts, they won't go down like that. See if Hearts take the lead. The only way they'll lose it is through blood, sweat, and tears. It'll be a battle. It'll be a war. That as well. This had nothing. See once. Honestly, man, see deep down, see when that Yang goal stood, you knew it was fucking over. You'd have to be a mong to think.
Yeah, I was fearing the worst, to be honest. I was kind of hoping that half-time would be a good thing for Rangers because I thought Celtic were beginning to get the upper hand and finishing the first half strong, but if anything, half-time was the worst thing that happened because Rangers just came out even worse in the second half and Celtic came out better.
Yeah, and to end it, if you're going to his testimonial and you're Danny Rowe in, I've got to question where you are at.
Where do your loyalties lie?
I think you're a Celtic fan. You know, honestly, it's bordering on that because you're going through a humiliation ritual. You know, I had comments a couple of weeks ago. Are you still Danny Rowe? You still Danny Rowe? You still Danny Rowe? I never even stated I was Danny Rowe. I said if he doesn't win the league, I'm Danny Rowe. All these dumb bastards sitting here thinking Danny Rowe's the second coming of Jesus, and here he is. First 3 games of the split and his arse falls.
Well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but he's not going to win the league now.
No, he's not. So it's done. He has to go. Yo, we're finishing third. We're finishing third with 50 million spent. Someone give me a justifiable reason why we keep him. You can't. I am praying that Wolfsburg are putting their what are they? What do Germans spend? Is it euros? I am praying they're putting their euros together, man, and going to spend money on this guy.
How much would it cost to get him away for Rangers, out of curiosity?
£1.
No, like what's the real value? What are we talking? We're talking like $1 million or 2 here? Talking a couple of million? See, that's point. I think Rangers would just take a plea deal or something. Be like,
put it this way, it's not going to take a Battle of Britain over him, is it? Like,
no, definitely not.
Definitely fucking not. Anyway, this was our D-Day and we shot ourselves.
But I tell you what, if Germany went to war to fight for Danny Rowe, then they actually would be the bad guys this time, like, because that's embarrassing, man.
Danny Rowe's not worth fighting. Fucking hee-haw. Anyway, we'll leave it there.
It'd be like that. It's like that new Hell in a Troy. Who the fuck's fighting over her? You know, like,
yeah.
Oh, the Odyssey. What a joke of a cast, by the way.
Yep. Anyway, the worst. I mean,
Elliot Page trying to replace Brad Pitt. Fuck off. It's almost as bad as Rangers' performance today.
Almost. Anyway, we'll leave it there. Fans react. Maybe we play our ratings if somebody sends some money, according to you. So.
Send him a super chat, guys. He's fucking depressed here.
No money. I said to him, someone could send $500,000. It wouldn't cheer me up. Money doesn't make anything to me.
Yeah.
I'm fucking broken because this is endless now. This is no. You just think it's going to end at some point. Rangers feel like terminal cancer. Yeah, you can keep getting chemo here and there with a new manager, but see at the end of the day, your number's up. You know what I mean, though?
It's a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Like, and Rangers' time is about to run out. Well, it's already ran out. The season's over. What have Rangers got to play for? Season's done. Oh, you can get an extra 6 points, or you can get 6 points less. It's like, well, I mean...
How is anyone supposed to cheer or be happy if we beat Hibs or if we beat Falkirk?
Yeah, I mean...
All that does for me is, like, strengthen this guy's chance to keep him. He has to go. I'm done.
The only thing Rangers can do now is play a part in potentially who finishes 4th.
Aye.
Or who gets, like, the last European spot. That's what Rangers' season's boiled down to.
Yep.
They can be the deciding factor in who qualifies for the Conference League first qualifying round.
Right, it's all over, guys. We'll leave it there.
Till next time. Wednesday night, going to be massive. Unfortunately, I have to work. I'll see him, I don't know. I'm contemplating phoning in sick or just telling the truth and be like, I'll not be in. Either way, Wednesday night's going to be massive. But for Hearts, win, lose or draw, they will be fighting for the title come the final day of the season. Celtic can't say the same. We've seen this Motherwell team beat Celtic before. And see if they try the way they did against Rangers. See if they try the way they did against Hearts. Why can't Celtic at Fir Park end... Why can't Motherwell, at Fir Park end Celtic's title hopes?
Well, put it this way.
Apart from the fact half the team supports Celtic.
I know you'll get more fight from them.
Well, the one half, aye.
I know you will.
You think
even if they're down to 6 men, they'll get more fight.
Do you think O'Donnell's going to be making that block he made against Shankland? Do you think he's going to be making blocks like that against Dyson Maida?
Yeah. I'm done, man.
Not a chance. Anyway, guys, more feds to follow. Daniel fucking sucks. He's just handed Celtic potentially the league title. Disgusting, honestly. Rangers had one mission today.
Even the Rangers admin 5 hours ago posted a picture of Parkhead with a wee blue heart saying away days, then Celtic after the game saying #paradise on your mind with a green heart. Just can't buy a fucking...
Delete Twitter.
No.
Rangers, delete it.
Yeah.
Delete it all. Delete the club. Start over. Sevco 3.0, man. This is pish. Anyway, catch you guys in the next
I love
one.
the fact you're so happy about it, mate. Your team's fucking getting pumped.
Hardly happy about it, am I?
Making wee jokes there. Wee snide remarks.
Well, if you... The Rangers deserve it, man. They could have done me a favour today and they fucked me over. Now it's coming down to what I want it. Final day decider.
How fucking insane is this?
Where's me calling this like a month ago and it's... Ah well, it's a good job I played for my team.
See if the big man up the stairs is real. He can't let Celtic win the league.
Well, here,
not one. I mean, apart from Hibs fans and obviously Celtic fans, no one across the world wants Celtic to win this title. Come on, big man.
see if Celtic win it though and they win the last 7 games in a row, fair play to them. Fair play to them. Because see at that point, I thought they had no chance. Cal McGregor came out and said they need to win their last 5 or 6, and he got a lot of criticism for that. But you know what? I actually applaud him a little bit because I think that was a realistic aim in terms of what Celtic can win.
Yep.
See when he says, I didn't think it would be enough. I'm thinking 5 wins won't be enough unless Hearts completely drop off the boil. But I'm thinking, I believe Celtic will do well to win 5 at the last 7.
Yep.
Based on the way they're playing.
Well, I just want to apologise to Hearts because we've fucked it for them. I mean, no, but everything, man. Rangers had a chance of finishing second. Still, a minute chance of winning the league if they won. And also, it's an Old Firm game, and you can help cause Celtic lose the league. All these things to fight for, and that's the problem when you've got a team that don't.
But there's no fight.
Nothing. No.
No fight. I mean, this looked like a dead rubber for Rangers.
See, in the first half, right, a wee bit of a fight at the beginning, but see that second half, that may as well have been a pre-season friendly. Honestly, man, anyone that's been or watched a pre-season friendly, you know it's a different feel. Honestly, I watched Rangers the pre-season this season at Ibrox against Middlesbrough. We showed more fight in that fucking game than this game. That was under Pishy Martin. And also, Danny Rule and his assistants checking out the iPads. What a day. Seriously.
Finlay Curtis would have been a good option to have. You tell me Finlay Curtis wouldn't do a better job than Ant-Man?
Aye, we loaned out a kid that grew up with Rangers.
Someone with a bit of passion.
Yeah, we loaned him out to the New Orange Order with Neil McCann. Worked that out.
Fucking Neil McCann would be better on the wing at his current age than a Ant-Man or a Scov Olsen. 100%.
No.
I'm actually not joking.
Players don't care.
I think 50-year-old Neil McCann would do a better job.
Right, let's end it. I've said all I've got to say.
Right, guys, that's it. Till next time. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Disaster. I mean, this is not a beautiful Sunday. Nothing beautiful about it.
No. I know the worst thing is about it as well. Like with Hearts Mother, you can go to bed. You know, you could go to bed last night. I've got the whole night ahead of me.
Well, last night I didn't know if a draw was a bad result.
Aye.
But with hindsight, I should have knew a draw was a bad result because I knew that. I should have known that these useless bastards would do nothing.
It is barely 3 PM and I want to go to my bed and no wake up the next season.
Be a good sleep, that wouldn't it?
It would be.
The hibernation.
Well, Rangers have hibernated or split, so.
Right, guys, that's it. We're leaving this time. Till next time, check out the videos we upload later, and we'll see you in the next one. Until then, peace.